be like randomly stood in the middle of a pile of bodies and just be like, "Hey guys."
You see, Dan, in D&D, the dungeon master, as it's called, has this figured out to where she can craft a story where you come in.
I just assumed you were part of the fire brigade coming to investigate the building, which was torched.
Well, if it's a village full of monsters, I have a reason to be there.
That's not a village full of
Oh, I'm sorry.
Out for a stroll on a nice Sunday evening. Cool.
Alrighty. So, to recap, last time you willingly entered the death house. Did not listen to certain people say burn it down.
I was about to say, some of us did not go willingly.
Yeah, I don't remember anything willingly about it. It was we had nowhere else to go but here, and then a dog ran in with a pixie on its back.
I rewatched that episode. There was no willingly on my end.
Yeah,
I was coerced by my sister.
So,
yeah, I did guilt trip her into it.
Anywho,
I did not tell you to seppuku yourself with that fucking altar, though. By the way, like, while this was burning, I dragged her to the side and chewed her out in Asimir before all of this happened.
Because it must be a lot easier to chew her out now.
Yeah.
No, because I can interrupt her in her own head now, so it's worse.
That's true. So basically, Dan, you're not totally lost. They went to Death House. It was a sentient house that kind of attacked them that used to be owned by cultists who were
For some reason, didn't Molotov it immediately.
That was my plan! Where were you 4 months ago?
So they got
Having
down
a
to the
mental
base.
breakdown at exams, I'm sorry.
So they had to get down to the basement and basically sacrifice somebody to get out without dying.
Of course they did.
And Jenna's character, Bryn, decided to jump up on the altar and sacrifice herself. And
I'm a paladin.
Nice.
What do you want from me?
yes, so that appeased the
paladin.
house. And on the way out, they decided to burn it down.
Her twin was a little pissed about the whole her sister wasn't coming back from the dead, even with her healing spells.
Yeah, and they didn't like that. And basically, when she died, she went to this like altar plane of darkness, and these dark entities offered her a trade to get back to the world of the living.
There's
And
dark entities that want to do, I'm sure.
yes, and when she came back, she now has no mouth anymore, and she can only speak telepathically to people within 30 feet of her. So that
Nice.
was her dark gift. And
I'm all for some body horror.
and they're all standing outside of Death House, which is currently on fire. We have, well, I'll let you meet everybody. So you guys, everybody but Dan, y'all are standing outside of Death House, catching your breath. Air, you pulled Bryn aside and shoot her out. And as the mist that has been surrounding everything kind of dissipates, you start to make out these tall shapes looming out of the dense fog. The ground underfoot is slick, wet cobblestones, and the tall shapes, as the mist comes back, you recognize them as the village dwellings. The windows of each house around you stares out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts through the silence except for a mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. And
So average Tuesday.
and as you look around,
I'm going to stop. I'm sorry.
as you look around and the mist part, you see standing down the street a little ways is this cloaked figure, and he's just kind of standing there. And
in my sister's head, I go, kill it with fire.
and Dan, you were just wandering around trying to find your next monster hunting contract, and all of a sudden this mist just appeared out of nowhere, and before you even know it, the mist is dissipating, and now you're in this strange village, and you have this party of 6 people like in front of you, standing in front of this burning down house, and you just hear mournful sobbing throughout the streets.
being the old, withered, monster-hunting bastard that Arkhov is, this isn't even remotely the trippiest thing he's encountered, and he just sort of shrugs a little bit, reloads the crossbow, and tries to figure out where the fuck he is.
Bear,
So
Bear. Please tell me you see that.
Let's go find out what it is.
Oh, hell no! No, not after all the shit we've seen.
As long as I don't have to fucking kick a door that bites me, I'm good with
No,
anything.
don't be javelin. Something, I don't care. I'm not getting close to that shit. Oh, fuck.
I'll step around kind of toward the front of the party and like raise a hand and be like, "Are you from Bavaria, or did the mist bring you here as well?"
I think the mist did it. I have no idea where I am.
I look back at the rest of the group like,
Is he within 30? Is he within 30 feet of me?
No, he's
He
probably
starts
within.
walking towards you.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Cool.
you should also know that she wears a skull mask, so you can't see her face. Like
Yeah,
Jenna
no,
does.
I can't tell I don't have a mouth because I have a skull mask, but
Okay, now he's within 30 feet of you.
He
In
stops
his
and
head-
attempts to- he
in
stops and
his
attempts
head-
to look as unthreatening as a man with a fake jaw and a crossbow can manage.
wait, we have 2 people with fake jaws now.
Yes. Now you were looking at 2 Viking sisters, and Tabaxi or Tabaxi, however you say it, the cat race creature. You have a barbarian Goliath who has burns all over his body and scars. Pix, are you
Oh,
on
they
the
have that in
Kraken
common.
or are you hidden?
I am. I'm sitting on top of Kraken, so I don't even know if he can see me.
And you
He's
have
got
like a little
puppy.
husky puppy that has a little fairy on her back, all in purple. And then there is also a man that looks like he was kind of dressed as a pirate, but he's missing some of his adornments right now. He's a half orc.
Do you still have the wooden leg?
Oh yeah, the wooden leg. It's like a painted boot, and I'm actually like
I was about to
sitting
say,
on
you
the ground, like taking off my boots at the moment, and you see that I have a wooden textured sock underneath with the toe missing. So there's just a toe sticking out of this wooden looking sock.
Miraculously healed.
A random group of people with swords in a den full of monsters. It's almost like it's a stereotype or something.
Say that again.
You were going to say something in his head. What were you going to say, Brent?
In his head and no one else's, I say, okay, hypothetical situation. 2 creepy ass kids tell you there's a monster in the basement of the house. Do you go in or burn it down?
I would probably go with burn it down. Nothing
To the rest of the party, I just go, I like him, he's cool.
Definitely.
I'm really upset that I died because none of you would let me burn a house down.
I would be upset.
I really upset you died because you wouldn't let us kill the damn dog.
Leave Kraken out of this.
I look at him and lift up my eye patch and immediately start assessing the value of his gear. Just in my head. Appraising him.
You want
Oh,
to
you're the worst people ever.
to buy me dinner first.
Sorry.
So other than
Yeah.
y'all, you're confronting this stranger in front of you, but you still hear this horrible sobbing coming from somewhere within this village. You're on the straight road, as you can see. There's you could go all the way to the end and take a left, or you could go down and take a left. So, or you could stay here and get to know this dude a little bit better.
I'm going to cross my arms and say, I don't suppose you have any idea of how to get out of this godforsaken country.
Not a fucking clue, but I guess we're going to have to do a bit of adventuring to find out. Isn't that terribly well convoluted?
Oh, to hell with this shit. I turn invisible. Kraken, and I'm going to fly over his head in the direction that he came to see what's around the corner, make sure nobody else fucking came with him.
I just look at the Goliath and I'm like, that's your problem. Go.
Okay, so do you
No,
fly
you
down
see
to
me?
the inner?
She's invisible. For all
Are
we
you
know,
gonna
she's just invisible on the dog.
Are you
Yeah.
flying down to this intersection up here to the left? Is that
Yeah, if you'll move me like up over his head,
like right there,
back up.
or not that far?
Yeah, I want to make sure nobody's coming around the corner or anything.
Okay.
How is it that 9 times out of 10 we're either following the pixie or the pirate into trouble?
Oh,
Because we're the only ones that make decisions.
I mean, the
Oh,
dog,
stop being
the dog's
certainty,
still with
Brian.
us, so she's not going far.
That's a good
Okay.
point. We still have the dog.
So, Pix, you fly up here and you can kind of make out that there's nobody back there. You're still hearing the mournful sobbing sounds coming from somewhere you can't really tell where. So,
Oh, that's annoying as hell.
So I'm going to address the cleric and say, you know, I think we should ignore that fucking crying, because the last time a sad tale got us somewhere, it was this house.
There's some sort of
So I say
monsters
we just
trying to
go.
lure you in.
Shockingly, I agree with the pirate.
So it
As
was
much as I hate-
that, and then I don't know about you, but I had a letter of invitation saying it was going to be a real good time, and that didn't
As much as I hate to say it, I also tend to agree with the pirate. But we do need to find some locals to see if they know how we can get out of here. Because according to this letter or whatever that we found in the house, evidently adventurers come here, but they don't often leave.
We're in a random town full of ghost bullshit. I don't think any locals we're gonna find are gonna be awfully friendly.
You never know. They probably see lots of people right before they die.
Is the
Right
door,
before they eat them.
And I'm gonna nudge Chelsea there and go, you think the dog is one of them?
I can still hear you.
You're way over there. Shut up, Pixie.
I look at the puppy and then look at the pirate and go, I think it's more than your life is worth to try and find out.
By the way, there's nobody down here.
I
Pix,
died so that dog could
tell-
live. Don't touch the fucking dog.
Pix, roll me a perception check.
Oh god, I'm good at that.
Well,
I should
what
check
I
my
do
stats.
is I lean over to, if I remember correctly, Captain Smoke.
Smoke.
Are we
Right.
ever going to learn your real name now that you're no longer playing the pirate?
Nope.
I've got Smo. S-O
Moo.
or S-M-O-E. Smo.
Yeah, Dan will recognize where the name's from.
Okay.
I have done
you
the
fuck with
last
the dog,
3 playthroughs
gotta
of Dark
listen to
Souls
her
as
cry.
a cosplayer.
I'm gonna shove that dog corpse up your ass.
Hey, I'm just saying it did lead us into the house and into every trap in the house.
Technically, the pixie was riding the dog into the house, so she's the one that led us into the house after the children told us to go in the house.
Okay.
So
Kate,
unless you want to,
Let's not blame the dog for
Leave
our
the dog
poor
alone.
decision making.
Blame the
Pix,
Pixie.
as you flew down the street and you kind of looked around, you noticed that all the houses are boarded up. If there was a shop that you passed, it's been closed or it's looted and just torn apart. As you fly closer to one of these shops, you notice that where the doors and stuff were torn off, there are deep claw marks gouged into the wood. But
Well, that
everything
bodes well.
everything's boarded up. You don't see anyone at all. It looks like a ghost town.
Claw marks
Flying.
kraken height claw marks or claw marks like bear marks?
Like
Like,
humanoid
where in the ring-
type claw marks, but not human.
Like,
She's saying how
Oh.
tall, like how tall up
Yeah.
the doorway.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
Person's around 5'6".
so this is big people height.
Big people height. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm not even gonna say a word. I'm just gonna fly back over the new dude's head. I'm just gonna fly right over his head and just hover there. I'm just gonna go, guys? Something's here.
Is it a broom?
Something really big with really sharp claws. The cats.
Is it here
Big.
right now? Like, did you see it?
No, but the claw marks on all the doors that have been bashed in look kind of fresh.
How many
No.
claws? Are we talking Wolverine or Freddy Krueger?
We're like lycanthrope type. Yeah,
Chelsea has bad
that type.
punch.
Just
Well,
Just wanted to let you know.
it could be a village of Tabaxi.
Really?
That's just the scratching post. No worries.
I don't enjoy doors.
So are we going to stand here, or are we just going to try to find a way out?
Whoa. Dude in black, right underneath me. Hey, you.
Are you talking to
No,
me,
wait.
strange little creature?
Yeah, kind of said dude below me. You're the only one below me.
What are you
She
doing
does
over there? Are you
pull
just
hair, be
admiring your
careful.
view?
Are you still invisible?
Yeah, I'm still invisible.
Well, he's got a very sharp nose.
The only reason you guys up there is because I said I was. I haven't. Yeah, I'm preoccupied with the whole lycanthrope claw mark thing, so I've kind of forgotten that I'm invisible. Yeah. Whenever you came through here, what the hell did you leave behind?
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that. Fuck.
Try that again.
Oh, I just kind of appeared here. I don't know where the fuck I am.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Okay.
We're all on
Well,
the same
no use
page
fibbing.
there.
And the sobbing continues from
Okay,
somewhere off to the left.
You didn't see anything that direction.
No, there was nothing except for claw marks and bashed in doors.
Let's try the other direction.
I-
There's got to be something in
I had
this
to
village.
stop the intersection.
My vote is we go any direction but the fucking crying, because that's going to be bad.
Yeah, that seems to be kind
Well-
of everywhere. So yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
Probably the monsters to fight. And what
Can
else
I
are we
roll
going
a
to do?
perception check to see if the house we set on fire is catching the houses next to it on fire?
You
Oh,
can.
that would be
Well,
awesome.
I mean, you don't even. Well,
I mean,
You
if you
can.
won't make me roll, it's
Well, yeah, we're standing
I
right
just
there.
yeah, you're standing right there. I mean, no, it is contained, but it is burning.
darn.
All right,
I'm
I'm
just saying,
gonna
we're
fly.
looking for surviving villagers. You can flush them out if you catch their house on fire.
Or you could just go knock on a door.
That's too much work. We learned doors sometimes get Goliath
Right.
stuck to them.
That's why there's those scratch marks.
All right,
Or you could go listen at a door.
that's what I want to look for. I'm gonna go
Um,
down to the other intersection, and I'm gonna see if the scratch marks are down there as well, or if maybe there's anyone there.
hold on, little
I'm still
flying
invisible,
thing.
Rio.
Okay, wait a minute.
Let's go.
Mo is speaking.
Can't you just
How come
fly
kind of
up
short
above the
and follows
buildings and
big
get a
feet?
general layout of the area? See what you see from up there.
Doing.
You know, like you would from the crow's nest atop the mast. High at sea. High. He's trying to get
Oh,
back into his
shit.
groove.
Really? Really, we're going back to that? That's all right. That's your default. Got it. I'm out.
To everyone but him, I go, the pirate's regressing.
I look at my sister
Alright,
and in
I'm
Asimir say, "Do you think if I whack him hard enough, it'll stop?"
Worth a shot.
Okay, Pix, so what are you doing?
So I'm gonna fly up just to where I'm seeing the roofs, because I don't want to fly too high, as small as I am, down to the other intersection.
I just got the mental image of you flying too high and a bird just.
Exactly. That's what I don't want. So I just want to be able to see the rooftops,
Okay.
stay kind of at that level, and then fly down to the other intersection, down the opposite direction from where I was earlier.
Okay, I'm going to say that you can get up to the building height, but if you try like you can tell above you that there's that mist that's thickening in the air and it's blocking out the sun. And if you try to go any further, you get the feeling that that would probably cause some issues. So,
Good
I
idea.
fear
Your
being
sniping
by
strikes
birds
not me
come
then.
in handy.
but you can get up on towards the roof. So I'll give you a little bit more of a
Okay, so I can just kind
here.
of stay at that height and then. Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
just fly down towards the intersection.
I'm going to go ahead and just give you
So I'll
this
fly
section. I'll say you can see this right here from that height.
Okay. Do I see anything whenever I get down to the other intersection?
Okay.
Any more scratch marks on doors or anything like that?
Okay. Yes. Honestly, like everything is looking about the same as the other side. So
Arkov just shrugs
I'm bored,
slightly,
let's go.
readies his
So-
crossbow, and follows the pixie.
yeah, you can fly here and you see that this road continues on down, but it's more boarded up houses. There's some of them have scratches on them. Some of them are just boarded up. Some of them are just closed, but everything just looks deserted and empty.
Do I see any with another busted down door like the shop in the back where it looked like it got in?
Yes, you see several of those. They're kind of scattered about randomly. You don't see any real rhyme or reason to,
All right. All right, I'm going to fly back to everyone and let them know what I found.
Report.
I'm bored. I'm heading south. I'm going to turn right.
And I will say that as you came down, you did hear the sobbing increase. It doesn't sound close per se, but it did increase.
Arkov gives a terrible grin and walks down towards the crying with this look of terrible bloodthirst in his eyes, quite eager to get involved in some sort of scrap.
Okay.
Do I notice the bloodthirst face?
It makes it quite evident.
I would say probably so. I mean, he's going to walk right past you. So.
Then I'll follow him.
Okay.
Can I roll for
I'm
perception?
going to meet
check if
everyone
I
at the
can-
intersection.
So everybody's coming down here.
I'm gonna see my sister following the strange man and just kind of like shrug my shoulders and follow. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just sort of tacitly assumes we're all working together now because why the fuck not?
Okay. So all of you,
Actually, I just don't let my sister go off with strange people. It's a thing.
all of you,
Let you
I
let
did
me go
put my
into a
boob-
strange house looking for strange people.
all of you, turn the corner, and the sobbing increases. But also, give me 1 second. You start to hear the sound of small wooden wheels rolling across damp cobblestones. As you look down the way, I'm just going to use you as a marker. Coming down this,
Assume a sort of reactive stance to attack anything that tries to ambush us.
Yes, that's fine. I'm just using you as a marker, Bryn. That's Bryn. But you coming down this corner and coming right to this little house right here. You see a hunched figure bundled in rags, which is pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
Bring out your dead.
Quite dead yet. I think I'll go for a walk.
There's a little sign hanging on the cart, and it says "Dream Pastries." And as she comes to the house, she knocks on the door, and nobody answers. So she just is starting to head down the street, kind of in your direction.
Patience as in like I can wait, or patience as in people going to the doctor?
Huh? Pastries, like
Pastry. Oh boy.
like donuts and stuff.
Okay.
Dream pastries.
Can I have Arkov move to cover at the corner of one of the houses? He was staying in a reactive stance and roll perception to check for anything particularly fishy about this strange woman with pastries and this street full of dead houses.
You can.
I'll step out front into the next intersection.
19.
Okay.
and basically stand in the middle of the road,
Okay.
waiting for her to
That's
come.
right. Shield.
Yeah,
Dan.
I'm gonna go fly over her head.
Okay.
I rolled 19 on perception.
19. She looks like an old. You can't really make out that much of her, but from what you can see, it just looks like an old lady selling pastries to you. You might get a little sense that there might be more there that meets the eye, but you can't really put a tag
We're in a
on it.
town full of ghosts, and a house just tried to eat you. She's not
Yeah.
going to be a woman selling
Are
pastries.
there actually pastries in her wagon?
Oh yes. And
I'm gonna
Pix,
walk up.
Pix, while you're standing there, she makes it to the next house and she knocks on the door. And these people open the door and they just look haggard and pale and just horrible. And you hear them like kind of, are you going to move over to that house or?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
gonna
fly over the
cover
door so that way
anyone who tries to
I'm
move
open
up.
the door looking down at all of them.
Okay. As you move over to that house, you hear her kind of mumbling a little bit, but she's saying payment is due, and they're kind of trying to deny her payment. And she's just kind of being forceful about it. You can't really make out the whole conversation, but all of a sudden, you see them like reluctantly drag out this small like 5-year-old boy, and he's just looking like, what the hell's happening? And they just shove him out the door into her arms and slam the door shut, and she starts stuffing him into a bag.
I shoot her with a fireball.
Oh, geez.
Oh
God.
I'm gonna firebolt
I
her.
wait patiently
I'm
to
not
see if
gonna
the
take
fireball turns her into a giant monster. Do we get...
I feel like this is a perfectly acceptable transaction, and I'm not seeing everyone freaking out about.
Yeah, I'm not even going to address this, but I did want to steal a pastry, so I'm kind
I
of.
wanted to talk to the old lady, but okay. I guess we're gonna fireball her.
Y'all aren't seeing what I'm seeing.
She might be taking the child to a better place. That inside of that bag's probably very warm.
No
see it.
Nobody takes anyone somewhere better in a bag.
They
You
can,
know that.
they can see it. You just are the only one that can hear it.
So we could see her stuffing a kid in the bag?
Yeah, y'all saw that. Like, she wasn't being sneaky about it.
Okay, well then I'm gonna start like
Firebolting her
dog
ass.
running toward the cart.
I'm going to follow the cleric, but not to
Alright.
help. I just want to get a handful of pastries before the lady's done stuffing the kid in the bag.
I would rather have waited and see where she'd gone and tailed her, but if you
Yeah.
fucking idiots are going to start throwing fireballs, I guess I'll just give you cover.
I was kind of thinking like let her leave and then like talk to the people whose child just got kidnapped, but the fireball's been thrown, so
Well,
Fine.
I was gonna wait, but she already threw a fireball, so I was figuring it's already been thrown. So
All right. Pix, go ahead and do an attack roll.
Yeah, I rolled a
guess.
19.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
if we have a TPK on the pastry salesperson, swear to God.
Let me just say, I am glad that I know you guys, and I even prepped the damn commoner specs because
Sarah's like, I foresee this going badly. They're totally gonna kill this old lady.
oh, I didn't say she was a commoner.
I know.
If I was capable of remorse, I would probably object to extrajudicial execution, but at the same time, it's really fucking funny to see some random old woman who's just kidnapped a child suddenly burst into flames.
Yeah, if Pix is still invisible, literally it's just like a woman shoving a child in a bag and then flames.
Just sort of
Yep.
shrug and go, spontaneous commission.
What if the bag
So
starts
yeah,
on
I'm
fire?
visible after I cast the spell, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So if she looks up while she's on fire, she can see me, but I hit her for 4 damage.
4?
So you singed her eyebrows.
Yeah.
I know. I rolled a d10 and I got a 4.
You got her attention.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty
You
much now I'm visible.
you cast the firebolt, and you just kind of send her hand where she's tying the bag, and she kind of jerks back and shakes her hand a little bit, and then she just like busts out laughing, and she looks up at you, and she is just laughing her ass off.
Arkov starts laughing as well and prepares his snide comment. Looks like you've just barely fireballed is as annoying as her mouth.
It wasn't my best, all right, you old biddy.
I go into the rage.
She's
Elder,
like,
Elder.
she's like, darling, that was adorable. What can I help you with? Would you like a pastry?
Okay, she's not attacking us back. Let's take this opportunity to not
Elder.
die.
Elder, we would like to speak to you, actually. We're new here.
Please excuse the pixie. We're still potty training her.
Can I say in the pixie's head, hey, calm down just a little. We all saw what's happening. We're trying to take care of it. I promise I will let you throw more fire at her if we need to. Or even if we don't need to. Just let us talk to her first, okay? Remember how I killed myself so your dog could live? Calm the fuck down.
That is grade A emotional blackmail there.
That is, I like it. I like it. Perfect.
She finishes tying up the sack, and she just kind of turns to you, and she's like, would you like a dream pastry?
What
My hair is all
are
I'm just
they?
going to go out on a limb here and say that those pastries are probably made of people.
Toilet green, anyone?
Soylent Green.
What are they exactly, Elder?
You must be new here. I haven't seen any adventurers in a long time. Old Strahd must be getting bored. The pastries are for the Barovian residents who, unfortunately, don't sleep very well around here, and it gives them pleasant dreams as opposed to their normal horrible nightmares that they suffer.
They're vampires and those are child meat pastries.
So, you've seen adventurers before?
Oh yes, quite a few. If you stay until around midnight, you'll see the march, and you can get to see all of them that have been here and not defeated the Devil's Shroud, like you probably won't either. So,
Did I manage to steal any off the cart earlier while she had her back turned?
give me a sleight of hand.
What do you mean, defeat the Devil's Strahd?
That's a 16.
Where did I put it? 16. Okay. I'm going to say that you were able to sneak one.
Sweet.
Can I roll to see if I stole any off of Brian just for shits and giggles?
Try
If you
me.
roll high enough, you can steal a piece of his silverware he's got stashed in there.
No,
Nope.
I would send it
Silverware
to
dissolved.
nicking it
Yeah,
off
the
of
silverware
pirate. He's got
dissolved.
one eye.
I have no
As
treasure.
the pirate only has one eye, I approach from the side where he's missing said eye
He
and
actually
roll my
has
sleight of
both eyes.
hand.
Just
He
wearing
actually
that.
has two.
Well, I approach from the side where he's a fucking idiot and roll my sleight of hand.
All right. What you got?
Oh, the
Oh,
good
I
approach
roll
from
an
the
8.
idiot side.
Yeah, I rolled a 12 perception, so I'm going to like slap your hand with my hook hand and give you a nasty little poke.
I'm ignoring the Three
Alright,
Stooges behind
I'll
me.
just answer nicely next time.
I split the
May I-
pastry with him and say, you could just ask, you asshole.
I'm constantly just staring at Brandon doing this.
Can I
I'm
examine
ignoring
the
the act
pastry?
behind me and trying to continue questioning the old lady. What do you mean defeat the Devil's Strahd? Is that how we get to leave?
I mean,
You
No
probably
one-
should probably ask the sensible questions.
no one actually leaves. Not people
Of
like
course
you,
they do.
anyway, my dear, or these
If
villagers.
you want to do something, you could try to untie the bag with a child in it and not be seen.
We're
Well,
stuck
when,
here.
when Strahd is bored, he sends out invitations, shall we say, to adventuring parties, and he looks for something to pique his interest. And apparently, you were that something.
So we've caught the attention of the lord of this place. And until we defeat him, we're stuck here.
Or die horribly. Yeah,
Or
just
die horribly.
throwing that out there.
Yes.
Is anyone awfully bothered by character alignment? Is anyone going to be angry if I start 24ing people? Like,
No, we don't care about alignment.
well, she is kidnapping a child, so
Let me finish
I
my
love-
cheater before you kill her!
Which is
I'm
fine.
gonna kill her.
because
I'm going to zero
last-
dark focus.
The last children we ran into led us to the death house. So, like,
We
I'm
did
gonna
lay
walk
their
by.
spirit to rest, in all fairness. we
Okay,
did lay
good
their
point.
spirit
I
to
don't
rest.
care that much
I'm
about the
gonna
kid.
walk by that bag and
Anybody.
just kick it for good measure because I'm sick of kids at this point.
That might be a good cover for Pix trying to untie it. So kick away.
Is anybody just gonna ask her to let the kid go?
No, I'm getting there. If
I'm
these
just
people...
asking- Can I ask politely, but still have the crossbow level?
So, Elder, what do you need this child for?
Ah, that
You can either
that
let
is
the
What the fuck
child
do you
go.
think people kidnap children for in towns full of monsters? They're going to eat the fucking thing.
that. What I do with what is mine is my own counsel.
Do you live in a gingerbread
I
house?
approach her.
Any chance that you would let me go?
No, I live in the old bone grinder windmill.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah,
seems.
that sounds
If
fun.
no windmill house,
Nice
that
shooter.
seems fine.
And she just
Wait a
kind of
minute.
laughs at all of you.
Wait a minute. Is the bone grinder windmill the name of the windmill that I have the deed for?
Yes.
But
This
should
bone
that
grinder
have
we
disappeared? Like, what actually didn't disappear after we left? Because I thought all of our shit.
You don't know.
The stuff that Chelsea had, the actual loot didn't disappear. All the crap that you stuffed in your pockets did, and
Oh,
some
so
of
that was
the
just the
some of
DM
the
being
stuff.
an
No, some of
asshole
the
to
stuff she
me.
had did.
A lot of the
Indeed.
stuff that she had did.
Yeah.
Yes, but the
Okay.
gold and stuff that I picked up while you weren't paying attention is still whole, and the deed and for the windmill and the house didn't. But because all of the other paper disappeared, I'm letting everybody assume that dissolved as well and keeping it
Right.
down myself.
Yeah,
So you
like,
think
I,
everything's gone.
I assume everything's gone, but I just didn't know that she actually had any of that stuff still.
Yes,
Yes.
everything that was like in the chest, and then there were certain pieces of jewelry that stayed.
The only people that know about it.
But the eye patch I stole off of Lucy didn't stick around.
No, that
That was from the dead, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Back in the present. Back in the present. Can I kneecap the old lady and rescue the kid?
I'm going to hit her with the axe.
No.
No, no,
Hold
no.
on. Wait a second.
Hold
So-
yourself there, barbarian. We can still bleed information
Okay.
from her. Can I kneecap her and 0.30 her first?
No, I see it. I'm just trying to. Okay, Katie, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check.
All right, what is that? That's
Dex.
16 plus 0.
so 16.
Six.
I have my dex is 0 because I'm a foot tall and I have wings.
16. Yeah, you start untying the bag, and the kid kind of starts crying, and his head kind of pops out, and the old lady looks down, and she just kind of laughs again, and she's like, "Dear, are you really that concerned over this child?"
That's the thing. I'm
Really?
invisible.
Yes, we are. He's a child. We don't generally just watch children being
Yeah,
carried
I
off
don't
by
trust the children of this fucking town.
All right,
not
if
gonna
it
trust
The
bothers
last ones were ghosts.
And she kind of looks at the barbarian getting his axe like out and the crossbow kind of at her head, and she kind of rolls her eyes and she's like, "Fine." And she just picks up the bag and dumps the kid and throws the bag back in the car. And she's like, "It's not like there's not plenty more." And she just giggles. And she's like,
God,
"Well,
can I
if
just
you're not
tap
going
this
to
woman?
if you're not going to buy a pastry, then I do have to be on my way."
What do you charge? What would you charge us for a pastry?
Oh,
I
they
still-
were
Curiosity.
a gold
I-
a piece.
Can I
That's
examine the
very-
pastry I have to check what's in it?
Yeah, I did give
To
him
check
half.
whether it's soil
You-
and green.
You didn't get a pastry, though,
No,
did you?
I gave him.
Brian
I
gave
gave
him
him half a pastry.
Oh, you gave half
They're
a pastry?
a kid?
Can I check the pastry to see if it's made of soil and green?
Just a finger fall out.
I mean, there appears to be some meat inside. It seems like a meat pie, but you have no way of knowing exactly what the meat is.
I'm a hunter and I've probably eaten people before. Can I just not make an inside check?
Sure, go ahead.
Turn to the lady and go, "You don't happen to be a barber?"
10.
10. Yeah, it looks like
Fuck.
it smells really good.
Yeah, but so does human if you cook it
Nice
properly.
golden crust. It seems very, very.
I would just like to get this straight. You charge a gold a pastry, but they were paying you a kid.
True.
That seems like a lot.
Well, if this is their only food source and they're buying a lot of pastries and they don't have gold, they probably rack up a debt, and then you gotta have the kid, and then you Shanghai him off. That's,
Are you trying to say the pastries cost an arm and a leg?
And another
It's
arm,
not-
and
it's
another
not
leg,
the only
and a
food
child-sized
source.
torso and face.
It's not the only food source, but when you're a being such as most of the people here,
and you
and
live in a bone grinder mill.
and
The pilot makes a good point.
what you have to understand, you've just arrived. Barovia is a very different place than what you're used
Different
to.
as in terrible.
Half the people here don't
Should
even
always
have
send us
souls.
to where we are used to, so no one has to
Wait.
explain it to us.
What do you mean they don't have souls? How do you not have a soul?
Well,
Oh, great. Here we go.
they
Listen to a
don't.
lot of
We'll
like
save 'em.
arguing teenage years.
When you die here, you go to a place that is not normal death. That is.
If I had a mouth, I would be doing this.
It
I can't whistle, so
Everybody
It
hears
is-
whistling in their head.
is ruled by a dark force, and they contain the souls there, and they only allow so many out at a time. So many people who are born don't have a soul. If you have one, you're lucky. But if you don't, then you live kind of a shell of a life.
Just saying, don't really think it works that way.
Is that
Just little
It-
FYI.
It does here. I
Just
mean,
saying.
you will notice the difference once you interact with more residents, I assure you.
so? Someone who dies here, is there a way to get rid of any gifts that they come back with?
Not that I'm aware of.
in my sister's head, I just said, "Don't
I've
worry about
never-
it. This is fucking fine."
I mean, I've never died myself.
Would you like?
Would you like to find out?
We can fix that.
I like how three
I'm gonna
different
go
party
help you
members
out.
are like, "Do you want to try it?" Because we're really accommodating.
And she just kind of giggles
Just
again.
to kill
And she's like, "Well, this was fun, but I have to go now." And
Was it
One
kinda
more
goes,
question, lady, please.
and she just kind of pops out of existence. The cart.
Or not. Holy shit.
Of course.
No, don't hit her with the axe. Leave her alone.
Bear, tell me you have the kid.
I'm just
Yeah,
imagining
the kid's laying in the street crying.
Oh, frigate's good.
And I go beat on the door, tell his parents to take him back.
The people open the door, and they're just kind of standing there, and they look down at him, and they just kind of mechanically come out, grab him, and take him back inside and slam the door shut, and you hear like a bar drop over the door.
So basically, they're going to keep him until the next time she comes around, and then they're going to send him back to the bone grinder. Lovely.
Well, fuck Willis. Not even a fucking thank you. Well, fuck you too. Assholes.
I'm literally
Why
just
did you
imagining
fucking
Puck from Berserk.
Jenna, you're not going to burn the house down.
I mean, I thought about it. I was actually debating on being like, "Hey, Pix, you want to throw fireballs at something else? Because that door looks real flammable."
I just assumed she was a monster.
Was this where the crying was coming from, or can we still hear that bullshit?
The crying is very louder now, and you can hear that it is coming from basically down that road, and it sounds like it's coming kind of from your, oh god, my mind, southwest.
I warily walk down the road
Yeah,
towards
let's
this civilian
head that
drama.
way.
Okay.
Yeah, I go
walking
get on
like-
Kraken.
We have to find a way. Evidently, we have to find a way to find this Strahd, find a way to kill him, and then find a way to get the fuck out of this country. Because, by Frigga, I am not dying and going to some dark alternate plane to lay around for the rest of my eternity.
Why do we
Okay,
have to
so
kill him?
y'all,
Why can't we just find a way to get the fuck out?
Well, because obviously we need a different source, because I don't really think the old witch that eats children is probably the most reputable one. But according to the old witch, that's the only way to get out.
See? Yeah, I say we get kind of a
Also,
consensus and find what the fuck's going on.
I vote kill the vampire.
I
okay,
second that.
I'm gonna nudge the hunter while looking at my pastry and going, "You think it's really child in this?"
I don't know. Let's find out. I take a bite.
I take a bite as well.
Oh, I hope I'm not. No, I'm on Kraken. I'm ahead of y'all. I don't see any of this.
Yeah.
it tastes delicious.
All right, can I make
Oh,
a
yes.
tasty check to see if I taste children in there?
Sure.
All right, that's a 5. I'm
Make a
blissfully
tasty check.
ignorant of everything that's happening.
What child tastes like.
You
That
got
ranks
4.
up there with roll.
I rolled a 5, Sarah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it tastes damn delicious, and there's some nice juicy meat in there.
Could I roll a taste check?
I'm kind of
already
regretting
rolled an
giving him
insight
half
check.
of it.
I was to look at it. I didn't roll to bite it first. in the
Oh,
check.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Before he does that, can I
20.
slide a hand to take that other half back?
Oh!
20. Oh yeah, yeah.
Nat crit.
You recognize that this is probably humanoid meat.
I thought it tasted like the last time.
Pretty good, right? And I nudge him, slap him on the back and laugh like, yeah, these are delicious. Best cherry pie I've ever had.
Okay. So y'all are standing in this intersection, and that big building that's kind of ready, brownish or whatever behind you. You see a sign over that. It says Blood of the Vine Tavern. A single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square. Its brightness looks like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. Sorry.
All right, I'm going in.
And
Hey, man,
I
you
wonder if we're being led somewhere.
well, also too, before everybody just starts going, let me finish here. The other orange building that has the little red thing that's like directly in front of you guys, that one has sparse light spilling out from behind heavy curtains. A sign over the door creaking on its hinges reads Build Rath's Mercantile.
what
and
direction
then
is the crying coming from?
The
while we're standing here?
crying you are able to zone in on now, and it is coming from this little brown building that's right beside the Mercantile. And it just looks like a house like the others that's boarded up.
Can we tell anything more?
Alright.
Can we tell anything more about the crying? Like, is it lady, child?
It's female. A moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sound is flowing from a dark 2-story townhouse that is located right beside the Mercantile.
Can I go?
I say we
Back
go
in
and investigate the monster noise.
So you have 3 places to go. You can go to the tavern, the Mercantile, or you can investigate the noise.
I need a drink. I'm
I
going
want
to
to go
the
to the
tavern.
house.
You can't drink. You have no mouth.
I don't care.
All right, I'm going to the tavern anyway.
I just need
There's
to
only
pull-
one of the hole that alcohol goes through, you realise.
Me and Kraken
Okay.
are going to the tavern. Fuck the moaning. I'm over it. Fuck it.
Okay, Pix is tavern.
I'm
Bryn
gonna go
is
knock on the
tavern.
moaning house.
I'm avoiding
Okay.
the moaning house because I feel
I'm
like
going-
that's just bad juju.
Okay, I got those 3 in the tavern. Who else is going where?
I follow her.
I'm going to.
I'm going to investigate the noise.
Okay, Air, you're investigating the
So am I.
noise.
Yeah.
Greylich is investigating the noise.
Can you drag the map down? We can't see very well.
Yeah, I can't see
Oh
shit.
yeah, no,
Sorry.
I might be able to. Hold on.
Is that
there we go.
That's better.
okay?
Yeah, because we were talking about a brown house and shit. I'm like, what are we looking
Sorry.
at here?
Yeah, you wear the brown pants.
And also, too, when y'all go further down the street, at the very end, you see this huge mansion, bigger than any of the other houses
Nope.
at the end.
Burn it.
So,
I agree.
okay. So let's start with the people in front of the townhouse. Okay. So you stand
Sam
in.
realizes that her sister literally carries all of her shit, including her money, sighs quietly to herself, and starts walking toward where her sister is because she can't buy anything in the tavern without money.
Okay. Pixar, you.
Wait,
So
wait, wait.
it's just you and the pirate.
Well, no, I was asking her where she was going before she walked out.
I answer Pix. I just say, I don't have any money. My sister carries my shit.
All yours.
You have somebody who can be invisible and get you free shit.
Yeah, I don't think you can carry anything, and also I have no mouth, so it's just too much of a hassle to steal a drink I can't drink.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. All right, bye.
Okay.
Is
So
anybody else wondering how long it's going to take her to starve to death?
I don't need food anymore.
She has no digestive tract anymore.
Yeah.
She eats in reverse.
Eyes her warily and wonders what point he's going to have to smoke her because she's blatantly been corrupted by hostile.
You don't know that I don't have a mouth because it hasn't been
You don't
mentioned
have
in
a
front of
mouth,
you,
you're
and my
blatantly
mask
corrupted by
covers my
magic.
face.
yeah, she has she's wearing basically her husband's skull over her face.
So not suspicious
Somebody,
whatsoever.
somebody wearing a skull mask is probably worth putting a crossbow bolt or two in anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Okay, so everybody at the townhouse, you are standing before a house. It's about 40-foot square. It's boarded up and appears to be barricaded from inside. And you're just hearing this horrible, horrible sobbing that just makes you almost cry. You feel such sadness.
I'm gonna knock.
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be bad.
You knock, but there's no response.
Lady,
I go to break.
Somebody in whale is making us feel feelings. That's totally normal.
Okay.
I have no problem killing anyone.
Okay.
lady,
Can I see if I can?
Bear's taking the
Graylich, you go ahead and do a strength roll for me.
breaking people's shit all over the place.
14. Yeah, that you're able to. The door itself was kind of barricaded, but the wood is just all crumbly and old, so you're actually able to break through that. And
Not doing much for barbarian stereotypes, is he?
and let's see. So yeah, you come into the room, and it's a very neglected townhouse. You're in like the living room area, and everything's just covered in dust. It doesn't look like it's been touched in ages, and there's no fire in the fireplace. Everything's just gray and cold and dirty, and it seems like the sobbing is coming from upstairs.
Can I just go through and breach and clear the house with the crossbow? As the high-functioning psychopath that I am, I assume I'm terribly unbothered by the sadness-inducing crying and just walk through.
I start going upstairs.
Okay. Yeah.
Upstairs.
Dan, you
I start looking for
sweep the
kindling.
downstairs, and there's nothing there but more dirt and sadness and bad stuff. So,
Can I start
everybody-
picking up the pieces of the broken wooden door and just piling them in a corner?
sure. Alrighty. So yeah, everybody who goes upstairs, you go upstairs and you start kind of searching, and you don't really see anything in the first couple rooms. They're just, like a bathroom and various things. But then you come to a door at the end of the hall, and when you open it, there's a figure of a woman just sitting in the center of the room, and she's clutching this malformed doll, and she is just sobbing
going on,
and
really?
crying.
Can I move to cover the people who've opened that door, figuring they're probably about to get mauled by something horrible?
Well,
I'm really glad I didn't go there. Okay, dog.
yes, I'll say that you caught up with them because they probably took their time, so sure.
Cool.
But yeah, she's just sitting there in the middle of the room. She's got like this peasant dress and then this really worn cloak, on, and she's just kind of rocking back and forth holding this doll and just sobbing. But there's not even
Hang
like
on,
tears. There's not even tears
I
coming
have
out
arrangement for
anymore.
this here. D&D
I'm
5.
going to take a step toward her, but stay out of his line of fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am?
Yeah, she doesn't really respond. She's just crying and rocking back and forth.
I look over my shoulder so I can see that they're ready, and I'm going to go up and staying out of his line of fire, go up and like shake her shoulder.
Okay. You walk up and you touch her shoulder and shake it, and she kind of like jumps and kind of stumbles back, and she looks up at you and she's like, who are you?
We're adventurers. We've been brought here to Bavaria by Strahd. We're trying to find our feet.
Strahd? You work for Strahd? And
No.
she's like backing into the corner and
No,
holding the doll up over her face, and she's just huddled there.
we don't work for him. We're trying to figure out a way to kill him.
And she kind of lowers the doll and she's like, you're going, Gertrude, you can save my Gertrude. And she lunges at you and grips.
I'm going to take a step back,
And like she's like at your foot, and she's just like clutching it for dear life, and she's like, they took my Gertrude. Can you get my Gertrude, please?
Can I roll perception to see if there's anything paranormally wrong with this crazy woman?
You can.
21.
Yeah.
So yeah.
21. You don't notice anything paranormal, but you do notice that like apparently she's been pulling her hair out in tufts, and it's kind of woven in, into like a little bracelet or something. And she has she's just totally bonkers. She has like all the classic crazy mad woman stuff around, like just there's nothing there that's sane at all.
Okay, probably not worth shooting though.
And Air,
So-
she's just like pleading with you, and she's like, Gertrude, they took Gertrude. Please, can you help me?
Okay, who took Gertrude?
I don't know. It must have been Strahd. I don't know.
Did you give her to the witch with the pastries?
No. I've locked her up her entire life. She was too beautiful. He always takes the beautiful ones, especially if they have a soul, and my daughter had the prettiest soul. And she became a teenager and she was getting restless, but I thought I had chained her up good, but they must have broke in and got her out because she's gone. And
Okay,
I
so
don't
the
know what to do.
vampire diddles teenage girls. Like I needed any more excuse to shoot him. Didn't need help
Is it
anyway.
possible that Gertrude decided to run away?
And she kind
In a
of
town full of monsters.
leans back and she's like, "No, Gertrude knew the dangers. She was getting antsy, but I told her I locked her up for her own good. The chains weren't that big of a deal. She knew better. No, Gertrude wouldn't run away."
Where might Gertrude be?
I would guess. I wouldn't know. Strahd's castle, maybe. I don't know, but I have to have her back, please.
Okay. And you okay?
Screw
I
this,
have
I go.
you said that Gertrude had a beautiful soul.
Yes, she was a she has beauty in every part of her. She's perfect. She's my perfect little angel.
Yes. Yeah. How do you know she has a soul?
And she just kind of starts staring. She's just kind of staring at the doll and patting its head all and like stroking its hair. And she's like, it's easy to tell when someone has a soul. No, why would you ask me that? Of course she has a soul.
I've gotten bored trying to light a fire. They're still talking, so I go upstairs to figure out what's taking them so long.
Is there a test that you do?
I'm on my way out.
She's just
You're
kind
gonna
of
run into him on your way in.
she
Okay,
just
I'm gonna-
kind of looks at you like you're crazy. And she just kind of
We're getting nothing from this woman. Let's go.
and she just kind of stands up and she grabs your hand all of a sudden and she's like, here. And she throws the doll in your hand and she's like, this was Gertrude. You can take it back to her when you save her. And she kind of pats your face and starts stroking your face and she just starts humming like a lullaby.
I'm like pulling her hand. I'm like, yay! All right, we're gonna go look for Gertrude now. Thank you. Well,
Oh, crazy.
see you later.
And
I'm the lady with the doll.
she's like, bless you. And she's doing the kissing thing, and then she just
Like,
starts
"Oh,
kind of
no."
dancing to herself, and she's just
Okay.
humming this
Probably
lullaby.
check if there's something spoopy with the doll.
Before we leave, can she see our souls? Like, do we still have souls? Just question
Yeah.
that I feel like needs to be answered.
Several, just some of them I acquired.
She's just kind of in her own little world now, dancing around.
Okay, when we get out to the street, I'm holding up the doll. Can I check this thing over and make sure it's not cursed, magical?
Well, it's a bit late. You already touched it, you muppet.
Roll me a check.
What kind of check would you like me to roll?
Do just a perception. That's fine. Or investigation,
Well, I
whichever
thrust it into my hands. I didn't really have much of a choice.
you can either do perception or investigation, whichever you prefer.
hope you
I'm
get
gonna
possessed by that doll.
go with perception because I have a better thing on that. So, 16, 19.
19. Okay, so you turn over this doll and you look at it, and it's a malformed doll that has a strange leer on its face, and it's wearing a sackcloth
You're really selling
dress.
me on this doll.
You kind of see underneath the dress, kind of sewn into the doll, is a label, and it says Gadolf
American
Blinsky,
Girl.
the toy maker of Bacala. And also stitched into the hem of the dress itself is another frayed tag, and it says, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." But you don't sense any kind of magic or curse or anything like that. It's just seems like a really creepy
Is no Blinsky, BL.
Blinsky.
I'm gonna be in the background looking for my soul. Trying to figure out what you can get.
Burn down that toy shop first.
Okay, so we need to maybe find this Blinsky toy shop.
So was
Where did it
I
say it was made again?
close enough to the conversation to hear the whole chick can tell if her kid had a soul or not?
Well, evidently they can all tell, but she didn't tell me how.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just
came
wondering
up
if I
and you
was
probably
close
heard
enough
that.
to know that information.
Yeah, I think
Cool. Is
you
everybody
said you came
outside?
back up. So yeah, everybody left. I think,
Presumably
right?
People with souls
I'm
don't look
going
like
back
raggedy
inside.
lunatics.
To where the crazy lady is.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah, real quick.
Mhm.
Where did it say the doll was made again?
The doll was made by Gadolf, Gadof Blinsky, the toy maker of Valaki. I think it's Vallaki. And I apologize
Oh,
for pronunciation.
Nope. I thought it was a B. That's all I was wanting to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So while they're looking at doll butts, I want to go back up to the crazy lady while they're distracted.
Okay.
ahead and
You
do
go
it.
back up to the crazy lady, and she's dancing around the room, singing her lullaby with her eyes closed.
I'm yelling, hey, hey, you, in her head as loud as I can.
Okay. She
Yes,
kind of
let's talk telepathically to the lunatic. That's going to make everything better.
she kind
I
of
mean, why
blinks
not?
and turns around and sees your face and screams and runs into the corner and hides, like cowers.
Cool. I corner her in the corner, and I crouch down in front of where she's cowering beneath me. I take off my mask and say, "Can you tell if I have a soul?"
She pees
Say,
herself.
without the mouth.
Yeah, she can
I
tell
don't
you don't
care.
have a mouth.
Can I walk back in?
I need an answer. I need an answer to this question.
She pees herself and just starts screaming and passes out.
Do we hear the
Wasn't
screaming?
helpful.
Oh yeah.
I put my mask
It's
back
very
on and I
loud.
start walking out.
When I hear the screaming, I immediately look up and start looking around, and I'm like,
What'd you do?
Teacher head count. Oh God.
1, 2, 3, fuck.
Where's your drink, buddy?
I just walk out the door.
Okay.
I look at her and I'm like, what'd you do to her?
Nothing. I asked her a question and she pissed herself. That bitch is crazy.
To be fair, you don't have a mouth.
She put her mask back on. You couldn't tell.
Nope. You have no clue.
She never takes the mask off. Like, it's.
For all the rest of us know, the mask is her face.
So back to the pirate and
At
the
this
pixie.
point, the only people in this universe that have seen my face are my sister and the crazy bitch.
Okay, so y'all are all gonna head back to the tavern, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Okay, so
I'm
before
making
then,
crack and claw at the pirate's leg. Like it's wood,
Yeah.
just to fuck with him.
Yeah, I just kind of like shove them away each time.
okay,
Yeah.
And I just
while all that's going on, you two enter the tavern. The tavern building is about 60 foot square. Before you entered, you kind of glanced at the sign and you see that it originally read Blood of the Vine Tavern, but for some reason an N has been scratched over the F. So now it reads Blood on the Vine. When you enter the room, you notice that the once finely appointed tavern has grown shoddy over the years. A blazing fire in the hearth gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. They include the barkeeper, 3 people who are sitting together by the door. There is a man who is sitting in the far corner, kind of off to himself.
Real quick,
Oh,
sorry.
dude,
What
look
was,
like home. Let's get fucked up, lass.
What was that, Chels?
sorry, what was the name of the crazy lady? Did we catch that?
Oh, I'll just tell you, it was Mad Mary, but her name was Mary and her daughter's Gertrude.
Yeah, I got the Gertrude. I'm sorry, I'm typing notes.
No, you're okay. And you notice also when you walk in, the 3 people that are sitting by the door look up, and so does the guy in the corner, but the bartender has like no notice of you. He's just sitting there cleaning glasses. He's wiping out glasses and putting them down, wiping out glasses, putting them down.
All right, I'm going straight up to the bar for sure.
Okay.
we go to the bar and we go sit.
Okay.
Because just trust me on this. So I'm gonna take out about 10 gold pieces and slap them on the bar and announce loudly, "Around for everybody!" to the bartender.
Okay.
I'm
The bartender is you notice he's a pudgy little man, and you slap all this money down on the bar, and he kind of looks up at you, and he just has this totally vacant stare, and then he just kind of puts the glass down and he starts making drinks and passing them out to everyone.
I just sort of roll my eyes, move to an.
Well, Dan, you're not there yet.
You're not there yet. It's just me and Pixie.
Aw.
Nope,
Yeah,
we're not
it's
there.
just him and Pix right now.
Barkeep, hey, over here. I also need a thimble. I need a whole
No,
thing of beer.
you're getting
and
a full
thimble.
tankard. We're gonna see how much you can drink.
I need a thimble. Not swimming in
He
it.
kind of,
So while
kinda-
he's making our drinks, I want to
yeah.
perception around the rest of the bar and get a good look at everybody that's in there.
Okay.
Wow, that went off in the middle of nowhere. So that is
Die now, die now.
That's actually going to be a 20 non-natural.
20 non-natural. Okay. At the table when you entered are 3 human females. They're all sitting around very casually at the door, and they're kind of looking at you and then kind of talking amongst themselves, and you can't really hear what they're saying. They're dressed very extravagantly and very colorful outfits, almost like you would think gypsy-ish kind of look is what they would be similar to.
Not
then,
filthy rich though. Not like filthy rich outfits. Just
Just well adorned.
they're well adorned. You might with that role, yes, you would think that they probably are of the means of some kind. They pique your interest. And then in the far corner is a young human male. He is sitting by himself, sipping on some wine. He is dressed very, very nicely. He is not very brash colored like the women are. He's dressed almost like a politician or somebody, somebody of station. And he's really looking at you very interested over his glass of wine, like he's debating whether he's going to interact with you or not. And then the barkeep is just fat and, pudgy guy, sitting there passing out his drinks, handing, picks her thimble. And then he, as soon as he's done, like passing out drinks, he goes right back to cleaning those glasses like he never stopped.
What are you doing, pirate?
All right, I'm gonna walk up to the table with the ladies and bring them their drinks, which I do deftly with one hand because I've got a hook hand.
You can listen to people whenever they talk to you. Fine, fuck you. I'll drink my beer by myself. The hell with you.
They kind of look at you.
I say, mind if I join you, lass? And I set down their drink.
They're like, the one closest to you kind of looks you up and down, and she's like, yes, I do mind.
Great. And I sit down. Oh, what's going on in this shitty town?
They are all very just looking down at you basically. And
Who's
they
the
kind
fucking
of
nerd?
they kind of look at each other and they're like, what in the world is this guy doing? Kind of is the look between them, and they're like, you can leave now. Thank you.
Usually when a man buys the whole bar of fucking drink, there's a little gratitude.
They
I'm
laugh.
used to this sort of responses by now, Brian.
They laugh and they're like, you think we'll be impressed when you buy us a drink in our own bar? Idiot.
Or a little more
I
jovial.
told you to talk to people who are talking to you first.
Just ignore that buzzing. I don't know what it is. It's all in your head. I turn over my shoulder. Drink your thimble.
They just kind of all cross their arms and just kind of glare at you. They're giving you a very big, cold shoulder.
All right. So I'm going to take their drinks back. And I'm going to walk over to the lonely guy over there.
And you take their drinks and walk over to him, and they all just kind of start whispering to themselves, and they're all just kind of giving you the evil eye and kind of talking amongst themselves. So
yeah, beneath my fake hook hand, I'm giving them the finger. So I sat down 4 drinks on this table in front of the lonely guy. And go, so what's the deal with those prudes?
And he kind of looks at you and he's like, oh, the Vistani? Oh, they only speak to their kind. Don't take it personally.
Oh, I didn't. Do they have anything valuable? I mean, who are you?
I am Ismark. I am the son of the local burgomaster of this village, or
Burgermeister Meisterburger.
and he kind of gets a sad look over his face, or the former burgomaster. Unfortunately, my father has passed. Would you like to have a seat?
It depends. You got any of those burgers?
He looks at you like, what?
I mean, yes, of course. So I sit down, and I look around for Pixie, who I assume is still at the bar, and kind of give her like a, hey, come on over.
You guys come get my beer.
I've got 4 of them.
What's the guy's name again?
Mine.
Dark.
Ishmark?
Yeah, ISMARK.
Come get mine.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna look at this dude and say, all right, so we just got trapped in a killer house. You know anything about what's going on here?
Oh, you mean the death house? Yes. That.
Oh, it's a well-known attraction, is it? Sure is Mr. Poppin. Hey, welcome to town. Come to the death house. It's happening every day.
It is a frequent occurrence here, unfortunately, ever since the Devil's Shroud has taken up residence. I'm glad you made it out, though.
Are ya?
Well, yes. I hope that you might aid me in getting my sister to safety.
Okay.
Don't do it.
You see, the Devil's Shroud, he's taken a fancy to Irina for some reason. I don't really know why.
Can you
But-
describe it for me? Maybe I can ascertain why. Details, my good man.
He's like, well, she's a striking young woman with auburn hair. Quite.
What color
Striking, I guess?
have? Is he trying to collect a set?
Huh?
That's a good point. Maybe are we talking like Brides of Dracula here? Like a blonde, brunette, auburn.
Pokemon
And-
scenario. Gotta catch them all.
And he's been visiting her at night. He's done bitten her twice, and none of the villagers will do anything to help us. They think she is cursed, but she's not. And they attacked. The last attack was 3 days ago, and my father's heart, he just couldn't take it, and he died. And we were able to hold them off, but it's been quiet since. But I've just got to get her to safety.
All right, back it up, Baconator Jr. Did you say he bit her?
And this is about when you guys entered the bar. Huh?
Got the beer for me.
So we walk in. I'm gonna zero in on the table with the pirate and go over and be like, "Did you make a friend?"
Bear, come get my beer.
Old friends. Now, here, I got you a drink. It's already here. I knew you'd be back. Sure.
And
Uncle
Ismark
Roll-
sees
Burger
all,
Boy Jr.
and Ismark sees all you get in, and he gets really happy, like, because now it
Burger
seems
Boy
like there's a
Jr.
big party. So
Tell me about this whole biting thing that you're talking about.
Biting? What?
If he took her, how do you know he's biting her?
What?
well,
Being
she had
bitten.
okay.
How much does she charge?
Bear,
Let me-
shut up and come get my beer.
Let me start over. I am Ismark. I am the son of
You're the burger seller. I get it. You
Yes.
got the fancy restaurants, whatever. Carl, $6 burgers.
No. My
I'm
father.
Telling this story.
Get
Why
to the
don't you
good
let
parts
the
about the
boy
biting.
The biting?
But we've already heard
Yes,
Let the
yes.
boy tell the story, please.
Well,
We already heard the story while you were off trying to save the day. So
I
do it
just
again,
slapped the
Silver.
pirate on the back of the head. Like, shut up.
and he is just like flustered. And he's like, Strahd has bitten my sister twice. My father died of a stress or something during the last attack. And
Probably
my
cholesterol
sister is
from all the
holed up in the
burgers.
mansion with his body. She won't leave. And we've got to take her somewhere safe. I think if we can get her to Valaki, then
Here's the
she will be
problem,
safe
Burger
and
King.
out of the view of Strahd, but I can't take her myself. I need
Here's the
help.
problem, Burger Jr. You said she was taken, and now you're saying she's been bitten. How do you know she's been bitten if she's been taken?
No, she wasn't taken. She's been bitten twice, and he wants to take her. If he bites her a third
Oh.
time, he will take her. That is the way that he works around here. We've
And
seen it
that's a
happen
problem.
Then she'll be a
before.
vampire.
Like that's
She's already a vampire, but a third bite makes it final. And then daylight kills her and blah, 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 blah. He's screwed.
okay. So you
Okay,
holler
so-
outside, you wait till morning, and problem solved. You're good.
But this is Barovia. Obviously, you haven't been here often, but sunlight doesn't come.
Didn't the whole death house thing kind of give it away there, kid?
Yeah.
Okay, so Pix, you know about vampires. You're a necromancer, right?
Yes.
You said it takes 3 bites.
3.
So she's not a vampire yet. She's just enthralled?
Well, the problem is now they have a telepathic link. You'll know where she is no matter what.
I look at the brother. Is this true?
Not that I am aware of. I mean, he attacks her. She knows where she is at times, it seems, because he constantly attacks no matter where we have hidden her. But I'm sure if we can get out of the shadow of that cursed castle of his range cannot be as far as Balaka.
All right. So we help you find a new apartment on the other side of town where the shadows don't bother you. That might work, but
Where's
what
this?
about your burger business?
Won't work. She's
The
fucked.
Vakala is in the heart of the valley, beyond the view of the Castle Ravenloft, and beyond the reach of Shroud, I hope. It is well defended, and I'm sure that he cannot reach her there.
No, he'll get her. He'll get her.
He really is giving you like devil eyes picks every time you're saying this. He's like,
Do you know when he'll attack me?
Sorry,
Hey.
kid. You up with dead things. You're screwed.
Pix, drink
I'm just
beer.
drinking my symbol of beer.
All right. So if we decide to help you out, like, is there going to be some kind of reward here?
There's no
I
point
mean-
in helping.
I can give you whatever you wish that is within my means to give.
All right, taking literal, whatever we wish. All right. So
Within my
Leaving
means.
Barovia would be great.
Yes.
all your family's burger money would probably
Do
be
you
put together.
have any knowledge of how to defeat Strahd, how to get out of Barovia, how to anything to
He
help
has no
us?
knowledge of vampires. What the hell would he know?
I know that I know what every other Barovian knows.
Well, we're not from
Strahd-
around here, so
Strahd von Zorovich is a vampire, and he lives in the castle Ravenloft that you can see up on the hill above the village. No one is allowed to enter the castle unless he specifically invites you in.
No doubt.
He-
Vampire.
So
He is a curse that it was placed on the land because of some ancient sin that our ancestors must have done. Nobody remembers what it was, but that
Hold
is
up.
what everyone believes.
Hold up. Now that part's interesting. Vampires, blah, blah, blah. I know more than you do.
yeah, is
Curse?
there like tell me about this sinning you've been doing? It sounds like the first fun thing that's happened in this town.
There we
Unless
go.
you count your
Oh my god,
your
I'm fucking
fucking
pirate. Oh, I'm drunk.
attraction
I'm
over there.
drunk.
Death House attraction. Admittance 1. Keep them on the wall.
The death house is a constant. There's no getting rid of it, unfortunately. It has claimed many a life.
we
Does it
burnt
just
it
like
down.
rebuild itself because we did happen to burn it?
Oh, you burned it again? Yeah.
Again.
About 3 days it'll be back.
Presumably, the
Well,
plan
what the
now is to
fuck
dress
kind of
Brian
time
up like a teenage girl and try to get the vampire to pay attention.
I cover his mouth real quick with my one good hand and go, "Shh, I got a plan."
I like
course
this
you
plan
do.
better.
Hold up.
So I say like, all right. Oh, go ahead, little ass. Drink your
Thank you.
thimble. Say your part.
Talking first. Drink your damn beer. All right, curse. You mentioned the curse.
So as y'all are talking, Bryn sidles over to the owners of the tavern who just stare at her very awkwardly as she sits down.
Poor Bryn.
Just sitting in silence, not even acknowledging that there are people at the table with her.
Only the pixie would do that.
So go ahead, Pix.
All right, you mentioned a curse. Elaborate.
I don't know much more. I just know that everyone has always said that there was some ancient sin that must have been done by our forefathers, and that is why Strahd is here. I mean, what else could explain it?
All right.
You can't
So
even pass down your stories correctly.
I
All right,
mean,
fine.
we've
I don't
been
need
here
you.
for so long.
So
That's fine, I
obviously,
don't need you. Where's the
it's not a
library?
curse that we can break.
I would
That's what I
have
wanna
no
find out.
knowledge of that. You might could try the Vistani. They're more versed in stories and lore than I would be.
and then a bunch of fucking prudes. But anyway,
Yes, you would have to
Nice.
find a way in. Usually, if you could find one to side with you, then the others would open up once you're seen as a friend. But they are a tight-lipped group and usually don't do well with strangers.
Neither
Okay,
does
So your
Brian,
storytellers
apparently.
are tight-lipped. Great.
we need to get the Vistani on our side.
Which are the
All right,
bitchy
well-
ladies I'm just staring
I was
at,
about
right?
to say which Bryn and Snow have done a good job of so far.
all right. So, Mr. Burger, Junior, I've got a plan, but I need to know more details of your sister. And when do you expect the next bite attack is going to come?
I have no way of knowing. They were they were attacking constantly, and we were barely holding them off. And then my father died, and as I said, it's been 3 days since the attack. This is the last attack, and this is the first window that I've seen. I don't know what has caused it, but I want to take that opportunity while it's here.
We need to get her to the Valkalia, right? Valkalia?
It's Valaki. I think it's VALLIKE.
It's not gonna help. Getting her anywhere will not help.
We could at least try.
Well, at the very least, you would piss off Strahd.
To the pixie and the pixie alone, because I know what my sister would think of this, I would like to just say in Pix's head, well, if it's not going to work, we could at least get her out of town and use her as bait. See what we're up against.
And Bryn, the three women get up and just kind of leave.
I say in their heads, bye.
And they kind of look all around, and they exit the establishment.
All right. So I'm going to say, well,
You know what?
excuse me for a second, Mr. Burger. And I walk to the bar, slap down another 10 gold, and order another round. And I say, hey, group huddle, over here.
And as you do that, you notice that the barkeep is still just cleaning damn glasses, staring
Yeah, he's got a job. That's cool. He's milking
vacantly.
a clock.
He's kind of messed up, okay?
He's a little weird.
He's the only
All right,
one that's
fine, you
acting
know what?
normal. He's a barkeep cleaning glasses and getting drinks. Like, that's fine. I'm not
All right, you know what? If y'all want to try and save this girl, we'll do it. But I promise y'all, he's gonna find her. She's already been bitten twice. That means he can track her anywhere.
I would like to
Exactly.
point out what you know about vampires is true in the world out there. We don't know how it works here. The rules could be different.
But if he's a vampire and he made his own plane of existence, then this is his plane.
Which
Alright,
means
well,
the rules might be
where's-
different here because they are his plane that he made.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, so he can track her. So what we do is we'll put somebody in disguise in her bed. You put her under the fucking bed, so he thinks she's there. So it's a good bait. You know, she's right there. He can track her. Then we take him down because that's the only thing we know is that we got to get rid of this Strahd fellow. To
And
get
you
the
think
hell
that we
out
can
of this
just
world.
kill this Strahd that all of these adventurers have been trying to kill for centuries?
Well,
Ishmark
we've
is shaking his
we've got a
head.
monster hunter. We've got a pixie. And
Ishmark
I
is-
really think he's gonna notice. Just
Ishmark
saying,
is
because I'm up in tall, the two girls are blue, and we have a cat. We have nobody that matches them.
We have all
Yes,
my
You're-
abilities.
You're in luck, though. And I pull off my eye patch and my pirate hat and my fake beard and say, I'm a master of disguise.
My ass!
No. No.
Lucy, I want to know how shocked this makes you because you have been like all about Snow and he's been slowly like whittling away at your confidence in him. So what does this do?
Once we figured out he was not a pirate, I have zero trust. He has no soul. I want to do the exact opposite of anything he wants to do. Done.
So
I'm perfectly happy making him bait.
I have a compromise of sorts. What if we take the girl to where he thinks she'll be safe? We still do the disguise plan, so if Strahd does come up, there is a disguise plan. But if Strahd doesn't show up, we know that that area is out of wherever his reach is.
and
I like this
Ishmark
plan.
is like shaking his head violently back
Here's-
and forth, and he's like, "You cannot take down Strahd. There is no way."
He's not a
I'm
part
not
of our
planning-
huddle. We're over by
I'm
the bar.
not-
He's at his table.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
never mind.
planning on taking down Strahd. I'm just saying that this guy seems to think that the lady will be safe where we need to go. And the
So
only
let's
way to
take her
find that out is by taking her there.
I like that, Lucy.
Fine.
This
We'll
guy
leave her
can
there
track her
and we'll put her in
wherever.
her bed.
Well,
This
just
guy,
because
this guy
he
can
can
track her.
just because he can track her there doesn't mean that he can go there. If this dude thinks that she's gonna be safe there, she might. We don't know the rules of this universe.
So I'm gonna holler
If it's
to
not,
Burger Boy and say,
Worst-
"How far
honestly-
is this safe town of yours?"
Honestly, in my mind, worst case scenario, we take her there. Strahd shows up, and we're like, "Oh, sorry, we were just doing what this villager told us. His name was Burger, whatever. Go kill him. Here's your chick. Bye. Peace out. Nice to meet you."
The way I see it is, as soon as we start trying to move her out, he's gonna know and he's going to attack.
He might not.
And come on, if he's that intent on her, like I think our best chance.
But for
is
some reason,
to-
there's been a window. There's been a window of no attacks. Maybe he's distracted by something. Maybe
or maybe
and-
he's confident that he can
again-
just go in and get the job done.
And again, if
look
he
at Burger-
shows
look
up
at
at
limp-wristed
any
Burger
point-
Boy. He knows he can't fight anything.
If he
so
shows up at any point, all right, cool. We didn't know she was yours. This dude just told us to take her somewhere. Thought we were doing an escort mission. We got paid for this. Here's your bitch. Bye.
you look the least
I'm
innocent and
bullshit.
convincing.
No,
of
I'm in
anybody.
complete agreement with this little chick. Just saying.
What's the
I
the
say-
timing on these attacks? Like, is it something that we would have to do at now, or can we like go find the toy maker or something?
No, the toy
Well-
maker's on the way anyway. Well, no. What toy
It's
maker?
Mark.
Wait a minute.
It's
What toy
Mark.
maker?
Ismark told you that this is the first break they've had in a long time.
which is why we need to probably go now.
Yeah, I think he's just confident that he can come and get her whenever he wants her. That's my whole idea. So
Hold up. What's up with a toy maker? What did you say about a toy maker? Cat, speak.
Oh, you weren't there for the crazy lady. We'll catch you up in a minute.
Side quest with a scary doll.
oh, good, another doll. Yeah.
No dolls!
Give him the doll. Give him the doll. Give him the doll.
I already stuck the doll. Yeah, sure.
Get it away.
I offer him the lumpy, misformed doll. I'm like, you want it?
Yeah, and I take her drink that I just bought for her and down it. And then glare at her.
And in the
Make
corner,
him take
She's cut off.
and in the corner, you kind of hear it, a chair kind of like, being pushed back, and it is Mark stands up and he kind of, he doesn't come over to interrupt you guys. He's a little more respectful than that, but you can kind of see he's wanting to know what y'all are going to say.
Well,
We'll take your damn sister.
I was going to go with something slightly more respectful, but yes, we'll escort your sister to this.
I was
Valley
actually
Valley.
going to ask if he had any details about why he thinks she'll be safe there before we agreed to it, but
Yeah, that would be good. Why do you think she'll be safe?
No,
in
he
the
already said that it's a fortress. That's what he
But,
was saying
like,
earlier.
is there-
that it is a fortress.
but is there any empirical evidence that other people have gone there and been safe? Or is it just because it's a
Probably not.
fortress?
You're asking him this?
Yes.
I have heard assertions from very reliable sources that it is extremely well defended, and it is in the center of the valley, so it is far out of the reach, the shadow of the castle above us. I hope that it is far enough. It's my only option at this point.
can we
An option would be
take a break?
The
real quick?
only other thing that I can think at this point is, depending on how far away it is, we go check it out, and then if it seems safe, come back and get her. But I don't know how far it is.
It is a day's travel. That would be taking
I just don't like
well too much
escalation,
time.
but that seems like what we're agreeing to.
Let's just grab her and go.
Unfortunately, since that seems to be the only option, unless we put the pirate in her bed,
Which is a great idea.
we leave the pirate here and put him in her bed while we take her to whatever quote-unquote fortress that a vampire can't get into.
Look, we use me as bait, and we set up an ambush, and we take this guy out once and for all.
I don't
I
think,
don't
No,
think
I
that
said
that's
we
going to
leave
be
him in the bed
possible.
with the girl in the
I
corner.
don't think we're ready
You're
to
master.
Possible to try hard.
All right, but he
Is
can tell
Mark's
where she
making
is. So
it
if you just leave
like
me dressed as the girl, and you try to take her out, he's gonna know it's bullshit. He's gonna go after you and not me.
There's no
So, I mean,
way
that's
that
cool.
you
Yeah,
can
that's
take
fine.
down Strahd. There's no way.
We can't take down Strahd yet.
He created an entire plane of existence. I don't think that we're going to be able to kill him, considering that the death house almost ate us.
Yeah, we need to do some more
It would be
research.
fun to try.
Maybe find some more allies. Something like that.
At least
Or, you
Well,
know,
we
Well,
got
it's
this
actually
guy, and
alive.
I point to the hunter, whose name I have never asked.
Oh yeah, what the hell is your name, dude?
Oh god.
Try that again.
Arkov. All right.
Bless you. No, I need a
Oh
name.
god.
Great, I'm gonna name you Ted.
So
Can we kill the
don't
fucking
mind
guy? Yeah.
her.
So much. Shit names.
All right. So do y'all everybody want to take a potty break?
My name is Pix. How's that
Yeah,
for
my dog.
Because my mother thought I was a pixie.
Be back in what, 5?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
5.
All
Just
right,
long
sounds
enough
good.
to go pee.
A battle break.
Yeah, boys.
I feel like I could be more talkative, but I kind of just want to sit back and watch it all happen,
I know, right?
kind of waiting for it inevitably, just waiting for it to
It's-
inevitably go to hell in some spectacular way.
It's pretty much guaranteed it's going to go to hell in some spectacular way because it's us.
Yeah.
It's either the Pixie does something stupid or Brian does something stupid, and then everything's on fire. And
Honestly, just wait till you play the alts. There is hilarious. Utterly hilarious.
sure.
It's terrifying. I haven't even played with them the last couple of times. And I was the babysitter, and the babysitter has not been there. They went off the rails hardcore.
Yeah.
I
Like
believe
I said, that one I had the whole thing ready to go, and they didn't even leave the tavern the entire time. So.
I've been going through this thing where I keep like accidentally talking over people without thinking because I'm an autistic retard, and I keep catching myself about to do it and then stop, and it keeps happening and happening and happening because we're in a group of like 8 people.
It's hard. That's why
It's like,
might have
just be a bastard, Dan.
yeah, we're just we're testing out how to, converse properly, I guess you would say. So
we try and do all of our planning and the hangout thing over here,
mhm.
some of it, and try and put all of our like initiative and stuff over there.
And I try to keep up with it, but I'm toggling multiple windows and all that, so it gets a little boggy. But but I hope you're having fun.
Of course I am. Just a bit tired. It's like 3 in the morning.
I'm sorry.
We haven't run screaming yet,
Right.
so that's something.
Nobody's died.
It's taken us 2 fucking hours to get down a street and see a crazy lady.
Yeah, you know how Death House is supposed to be a one-shot that you finish like to introduce you to Strahd?
Yeah, it took us
It
what,
took us
4
5 sessions.
4 or 5? Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't get anything done in a timely manner because of all this.
There's a lot of
When I
art.
find my fucking brain again, I'll DM something at some point. That's going to be hilarious.
We still need to finish the murder story.
Yeah.
We do. So of that. Shit, I need to find my notes.
Did you go for a ride?
I like your kitty ears, Lucy.
Thank you.
Yeah, if Lucy's gonna be stepping up her game with cat ears, I'm gonna have to make my skull mask like I keep threatening to do.
I got a tribal cat necklace for my holy symbol.
Cool.
My holy symbol is the skull mask, so
Yeah.
can't go by. I mean, I could probably ask my husband if he'd donate his skull to the cause, but I don't think he'd be on board.
I mean, I kind of feel like he needs it.
Yeah.
Maybe
Please
a
don't be
little bit.
Googling
It's-
or Amazon searching for human skull faces.
Too late
Myself in a watch
for
list.
other unrelated
At
reasons.
least wait till October.
I mean,
So-
I have.
So the
Come here, Bob.
All right.
I have my little Bob guy.
Oh yeah, I have a bob too.
And since you guys won't let me light fires in the game, I just, been venting.
I don't know how I feel about Dresden Files anymore, man.
Come here, Parker. Here, little old man.
Where's your bone?
We're gonna have to stop soon for Justin, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says he's gone at the top of the hour. Come here, buddy.
Where's your
Look, the little dog.
Oh.
Aww,
It looks so panicked.
it's a football. We lost Lucy.
Lucy's dead. She's never coming back.
Dan, what did you do during the break?
The pirate.
She's a
It was
cat.
a pirate.
It was too much for her.
Did Lucy lose her feed?
Dear Lord, you've got a rat.
I do. Should have seen him after he was in the pool.
I think that thing's as big as Rory's mouth.
I still want to see that thing when you shave it.
Yeah, once she gives him a mohawk, that's gonna be awesome.
That will be awesome.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, poor Luz.
like out behind me somehow, although I'm not sure how.
My husband's like that. He could sleep through a burning building.
Yeah.
God, I actually slept today. Like, good lord. Woke up
Sleep
at 5 and was like,
is-
oh shit. Usually the
I
dogs
miss
wake me
sleep.
up like every hour.
My day consisted of driving 2.5 hours to get my husband's truck from Louisville and then driving back. And then
Ooh,
this.
I drove 12 and a half hours from Georgia. That was my day.
fun.
Wow.
I don't think there's 12 and a half hours worth of road in the entire United Kingdom.
There's not.
I just like that Chelsea and I were in 2 different time zones today.
Time.
Oh yeah.
All I have to do is cross the river, technically.
So everybody back?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
So y'all are in the
Let's roll
tavern.
on.
Are y'all gonna follow Mr. Ismark home?
I think we
Let's
should
go.
go.
Yeah, may as well. So
Why
I
Why
want to.
not?
I
What
don't
if this
flip
girl
one
wants to
more-
go with Strahd?
I'm going to.
She probably does by this point.
To the bartender as a tip, and I want to try to get it in the glass that he's currently cleaning.
Okay. Give me a dex.
That's going to be a 17.
A 17. Alrighty. You smooth as can be. Flick that coin right into the glass he's cleaning, and he kind of looks at it and dumps it out and starts cleaning the glass again.
That is gonna be like the cleanest glass ever, since he's still cleaning the same glass.
And Ismark kind of comes up and kind of claps you on the shoulder, and he said, "That was a kind gesture, friend, but the soulless don't really care too much for gestures." And he starts walking out.
Okay.
Fair enough. So I'm going to take my gold back from the bar, minus the one that I just flipped at him.
When he says that, I grab his shoulder. I'm like, wait, how can you tell? I mean, obviously,
Thank you.
he's messed up, but how do you tell? Are they all like that?
The soulless, yes, they are basically just a shell without. I mean, they go through the motions and they live their lives, but there's no.
As
Nothing
he watched
to
how
it,
Stella
it's
got her
just-
groove back. Maybe it would give him a little.
Is there a way to tell when they're children?
Well, I mean, and he turns around to the bartender and he just kind of waves a hand and he's like, they're like this. I mean,
They're bartenders?
So if a child cries, that means they have a soul because they're in fear.
well, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, if you cut the bartender over there, his name is Arik. I mean, he will cry and bleed. I mean, pain is pain, but there's no joy.
No, I
There's
said
no motivation.
I said
there's
fear.
no- well, I mean,
Fear is a bit different.
honestly,
The soulless have no emotion.
right. So true. You're true there.
So the child that the witch tried to take was a soul
Had
child.
a soul. Yes. He was crying in fear and sobbing and shaking.
Then
He was
yes,
scared out of his wits.
he probably had a soul. Yes.
So she's taking.
That's why they gave her the child, because he had a soul.
So souls are the currency, not children.
It just so
Probably
happens
both.
that it's the children that have the souls. The parents are trading their soul to children for the pastries.
Have you had one of those pastries? They're fucking good.
And
Oh,
Am
do
I
not
right,
tell me you
Markov?
fucking You
And here
did
I
not.
just thought it was a Swift situation.
and picks
I'd
out the
have
corner of
one.
your eye. Arkhov is giving you like the death stare.
Who?
Can we just go and get this girl?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
You're getting
No.
bored, man.
So
Kraken! Kraken, save me. They're all insane.
So y'all make your way, I'll move the map here in a second, down to the Burgermeister's house. Which means mayor, if you wanted to know.
Okay.
I'm
Oh,
just
good.
waiting for the
Not
smell
the
of like,
Hamburglar.
good Angus beef and.
We're gonna keep calling him the Hamburglar.
Every time you say it, my brain just goes straight to Burgermeister Meisterburger from the Christmas movie.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. The
I had
Santa
to look
Claus.
up. I had to look up what it meant because I was like, what the frick does that mean? But anyway. But yeah, y'all come down to the Burgermeister's mansion. A weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusted iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn apart. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttered squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all around the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of fires that have been assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All that remains are windows barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omens.
I have a question. We forgot to ask. What when Strahd attacks? What is he bringing with him to attack? Mark this.
I mean, all manner of creatures. He has his vampire spawn, his zombies, his werewolves, his ravens, his bats. I mean,
Not to mention his own self-vampire lordness.
oh, true. Although
Oh,
Strahd
shit.
doesn't really spend much, effort unless absolutely necessary.
The houses with the claw marks. That's where kids was sold. They all had lycanthrope marks.
With kids.
So how much grinding do we have to do before we can just gank him and call it a day?
Probably a lot, because we're level 3. Right now, one of us could fall in a hole, and not even a very deep hole, and die.
Yeah.
And
That's all up.
Especially
Wasn't that what
21.
Brian was trying to do with those girls earlier?
Yeah, it didn't quite work.
And Arkov,
Yeah.
with your hunting skills, you do notice that the trampled weeds all around the mansion has scores of paw prints mixed with human prints. The footprints of the humanoids almost appear to be zombies or ghoulish from your experience.
You'd be able to tell by the distance between the footprints and quite how deep they're going, just like if they're scuffing against the floor, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Great, so lycanthrope and ghouls. Fun.
So,
That's what the crossbows
are we in the
for.
house
So-
or?
Yeah, you walk up to the house and the door is barred and you hear a female voice say, "Who's there?" And Ismark says, "It's me, Irina," and the bar is lifted and you're ushered into the house. The interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room of the house. The Burgermeister himself is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin, surrounded by wilting flowers and the faint odor of decay. And
Nice.
Irene and
Sweet.
Ismark kind of lead you to this room, and they kind of look down, and Irina says, "We made it ourselves. It's not much, but it's all we could manage." And like a tear rolls down her eyes. And you notice that she's a striking young woman with auburn hair and fair skin, and she's wearing a scarf around her neck.
In
But does
the
she look tasty?
spirit of Jenny, can I roll a hot check?
Sure.
Yep, bring them back.
That was a 1, so I'm not impressed.
Yeah, you're not impressed.
You think you could pull a pretty convincing one, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna
She's
lean
pretty
over to Air and be like, "This is what the vampire wants."
Not got enough wood on her for you.
I'm gonna raise an eyebrow at him and kind of just like shake my head, like, okay, this is coming from the half orc with an eye patch. Let's kind of take it back a
Maybe
step.
she's really funny.
And Ismark kind of explains to her that y'all are here to help, and she's grateful, and she kind of breaks down just a little bit. You can tell like she's trying to hold it together, and she explains that the wolves and other terrible creatures have attacked the house night after night for weeks on end, and the Burgomeister's heart just couldn't stand the constant assault, and he died 3 days ago. And strangely, since his death, the house has not come under attack yet. She says that no one in the village has been brave enough to help them bury him because of the attacks and her being bitten. And she's like, listen, I know Ismark wants me to go, and I'm willing to go, but I cannot leave my father here lying in this casket in this house. You have to take him to the church and bury him before I will go anywhere.
Perception check on the father. I check his for bite marks
Okay.
Scratch marks.
and scratch.
I say in my sister's head, what if we cremate him?
Checking the corpse.
What was the roll?
15.
15?
15.
Perception. He's checking the corpse.
Yeah, nothing. No marks at all.
I was like,
We're better off
I say to
burning
my
it
sister and
house
ask them,
immediately.
we could always find out if that's an option.
And when you say burn, like she runs in front of the coffin and kind of throws her hands out. And she's like, "There's no way you will burn him."
Well, she
He must
wouldn't have
be-
heard me because I just said it in her head.
Well, no, but the barbarian said it,
Mm.
and she's
I'm
like, "No,
Just stop. Just stop right there. Everything stopped. The attack stopped. Everything stopped. Whenever your father died, right?
yes."
All right. I hate to tell you, honey, but your father didn't die from a heart attack. Your father is about to come back, and he's going to take you to Stroud.
You don't know that.
There's a reason he hasn't attacked you, because that corpse is going to get up, and it's going to pick you up, and it's going to lead you to him willingly.
Okay, I thought you
know that.
I thought you just checked it out and it was fine.
No scratches, no marks, no nothing, which means it's psychic power. He's a
Or a
vampire.
heart attack. He was an old man under constant assault.
All I'm hearing is Finley Bird excuse to cap him.
I don't understand why we don't agree to bury him and then just like decapitate him and make sure he's not going to wake up and then bury him. Or technically still doing what she wants.
She just kind of shakes her head and she's like, "Drive a stake through his heart if you're that worried about it. Just bury my father."
All right, I break
Okay,
a
now we're-
leg off of a table or a chair or something.
Where is the cemetery?
When I see the pirate break a leg off a chair, I just grab my hammer and go,
All right.
And she just kind of just puts her head down and crosses her arms and storms out of the
Here for
room
the
because
assist.
she's not going to watch this. And Ismark is just kind of is standing in the corner like he wants to leave, but he's not.
Yeah, so I
Might as
put
well
the
wait.
chair leg up to where the heart should be, and I nod
Wait,
to
wait for the skull face. Wait for skull face to hit it. There you go.
Yep. Well, give me a good hammer hit. Let's get this done.
"What do you want me to roll, DM?"
I mean, I'm just going to let you do it. You know
Okay.
how to hit with a hammer, so I mean,
You know how to hit things with a hammer.
well, go ahead and roll. Just roll me a d20. I want to
Interesting.
see if you get a finger while you're doing
18.
18. Yeah, you strike true. It goes through the heart. Nothing happens. And Ishmark is just kind of he's just kind of, you could tell he's kind of upset, but he's seems like a kind of a trained soldier, so he's able to watch it. And he just kind of says satisfied.
Yep, let's
That works.
bury it so we can do what we came here to do.
All right.
Now
It
we can
was
bury
pretty
him.
satisfying to do that.
Okay.
It usually is for vampires.
What holy symbols are on the walls?
Yeah.
There are symbols of like a sun, and then there's also symbols of like hold on one second, like a dark woman.
Dark woman.
Yeah.
I don't know the gods that well. What gods are those?
Oh, if I know, I grab a couple of the symbols. Are they like amulets, or are they
They're basically your idea of like a cross, but like they're or like that kind of size, like a hand cross. And one of them just has a sun kind of in the center, and the other is like a circular
The sun is usually Pelor.
circular thing, and it has a woman, a dark woman in it. And when you mention that, Ismark looks over and he goes, that is the symbol for the Morning Lord and Mother Night. Before Strahd came and cursed the land, the Morning Lord watched over Barovia from sunrise to sundown. Now the sun has not shone unobscured for centuries, and the Morning Lord no longer answers our prayers, but Father thought it couldn't hurt any. Mother Night is felt most strongly between dusk and dawn, although the nighttime prayers to her have gone unanswered as well, and it's widely believed that she has forsaken us and sent the devil Strahd to punish our ancestors for any offenses that they might have occurred.
Is there any kind of string or rope or anything around?
Sure.
I grab them and I go in to find the girl and I tie the symbols to her. And tell her if she takes them off, I will brain her.
Okay, she's kind of affronted by that action, and she kind of takes it from you and ties it on herself. And
let's go bury your dad.
I've been talking to her about where the cemetery is and like what's going on while you guys were staking her father.
Bear, pick up the casket.
I pick up the casket.
But
he's the only one that can pick it up and just kind of like.
They tell you that if you follow the road up to the northwest, that's where the church and the cemetery are.
Let's go.
We just left
Y'all
the
lead
death
the
house,
way.
and now we're gonna go to more dead bodies. Here's where they
No,
keep
you
them.
two.
Here's where we go.
Yeah, you two lead the way. We're not letting you out of our sights. Go.
And Ismark is a little hesitant, and he's like, "Are you sure it is wise to bring Irina with
We
you
can't keep an eye on
closer?
her if we're not around her.
But you're leading her closer to the castle. I cannot, in wise conscience."
She's
Stay
been safe in the house, so we could leave her in the house.
I think we should leave her in the house.
But if we
Then
leave
somebody's
her
gonna have
here
to stay with her.
alone, this could be the
I'll
whole
sit
reason
on the
that the
roof of
attacks.
crossbow and wait with her.
How about
like this-
everybody stays with her except for the two people? Two or three people go to bury the body, and everybody else stays with her.
Fair enough.
Fine, y'all
Because this
stay and Bear and I
could
will
be the
bury him.
opportunity that the vampires are waiting for is for them to leave the house.
Exactly. Oh, he can attack whenever he wants. We just got to get this corpse out of here and then get her out of here.
How far away is the cemetery from the house?
The cemetery is on the other side of town, basically. So
I'll carry the body and take the brother, and we'll go bury him. We'll be back.
I'll go set up in a top floor window and watch.
okay. So everybody's staying but the barbarian.
I feel like the cleric needs to go too, just to make sure that the guy stays dead.
I'm
Probably a
not
good.
worried about him being dead. I'm worried about the vampires showing up and killing you people.
Oh, come on.
Barbarian's got long legs, right? He can run back.
He's already
I'm
been
worried if
safe.
this homely girl has a dress that'll fit me because I still want to execute that plan.
She looks very, very not your size there.
We'll make it work.
Okay.
She's a bit too petite for you there.
Pulls out some.
Okay, so you all gear up and are sitting there, and Ismark and Gerlich are heading up to the church. So, you approach the church, and atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft itself stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire. And Ismark, he opens the doors and continues through, and you follow him into a hallway, and the doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer over and over and over again, when suddenly the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises from beneath the floor below. Ismark directs you to set the coffin down, and he kind of starts kind of looking around at things. So give me 1 second here. I've got to just switch this up.
I'll be fine.
Big, strong man by baby.
No yawning, Dan.
I'm sorry. Be in a more reasonable time zone.
Hey, I am in a reasonable time zone.
Oh, what if it did? Sorry, this map's giving me trouble. So basically, what are you going to do? I want it.
Wait for the map to load.
Yeah.
There we go.
Better.
There we go.
I look over at Burger Jr. and I take it that's not normal.
No. And, well, now it won't let me put your icon on this map for some reason. Because it hates me.
No,
Anyway, it's a basic map, so it's not that bad. But y'all are in this middle hallway here. And yeah, he's like, yes, I mean, I haven't been to the church in ages, but this is not normal. Brother Donovich and his son Doru, I've been here as long as I've known them, but I don't know. We need to find the priest. I mean, should we go back?
Somebody. No.
The graveyard is beyond the church. We have to go through the church to get to the graveyard. Do you think we should go back and get the rest of your party, or
Either we leave your dad's body here, we go back and take the sister to wherever you need her to go, or we're your dad. It's your choice.
all right?
Because once I'm done carrying him, we ain't coming back again.
So you aren't going to investigate any of the rooms. You're just going straight.
Yeah, going straight.
Okay.
Basically, I'm dragging the coffin by one hand. I've got the axe in the other, and I'm basically at the ready ball dragging something.
Okay. You march forward into the chapel. The chapel is in shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounting candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a cloth-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest, in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up to the bell tower. From behind the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice crying out over and over, "Father, I'm starving. Father, priest, help," as the priest prays on. And Ismark runs up to him and he's like, "Father Donovich, what is going on? What in the world?" And the priest stops praying and he looks up and his voice is very hoarse and weak, and he goes, "Ismark, what are you doing here?" And Ismark is like, "I'm here to bury my father." And the priest is just kind of out of it almost, and he's like, "No, we can't do a burial. I'm too busy. I'm sorry." And he starts praying again.
Is there a door past that to the graveyard?
Yeah, you could probably just walk on past, but Ismark is kind of looking at you like he wants some response from you. So
You gonna bury your dad, or are we going back? Because once I drop him, I'm leaving him. Let's go.
well, but the priest has to say the words over the funeral and perform a rite. I mean,
Okay, well, you got a choice. Either we're burying him now, or I'm heading back, and you can kiss whatever deal we had goodbye. I don't play their games. I'm not nice. Let's roll.
okay. So, okay. Well, he leads you out back, and there is a cemetery. A fence of wrought iron with rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church. Tightly packed gravestones shrouded by fog bear the names of souls long past. All seem quiet. And it's dark at this point. You have a little light cast from the church candles. And Ismark kind of directs you to a grave, and you guys are kind of standing there. Do you have anything to dig with?
You got a shovel?
No. I
Okay,
mean,
good enough for you. I dropped the casket and started heading back.
Dump a handful of dirt on his face, call it good.
Yep.
Drake, my
Ashes
stuff.
and all that.
Ismark just kind of starts following you back, and he's like, "This is not what was agreed upon. Irina will not go if you do this. Can't you help
Then you
me?"
need to shut up and lie to her. I ain't here
will
to be your
not
friend.
lie to my sister.
Well, you want to bury the casket? You bury it. I'm going back to go sleep in your house where it's safer.
All right.
I'll
So,
keep it
so you guys are sitting there, and some time passes. Brian, your Smo is trying to fit into one of Irina's dresses. She's looking at you
Ripped by this point.
Oh yeah,
lot,
like
and
I've split up the back to where it's
she's
just like
looking
my
at you
arms are
like-
through it.
Yeah, like you're crazy or something.
It's one of
And
those montages where he just comes out periodically. We're like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
no.
No.
And,
From my disguise kit, I'm gonna get a wig with like an auburn wig, and
There
do
you
some
go.
makeup and be like, all right, I think I got this.
You were the ugliest woman ever.
and y'all just see the barbarian coming back your way, and
I'm gonna need some jewelry if I'm gonna pull this off.
Dude, jewelry is not gonna help that mug.
Yeah, because jewelry is the only thing that's giving this away. I completely-
that is
Totally don't.
jewelry is definitely the missing component here.
Yes, I'm glad you all agree. So, ugly girl, get me some necklaces. and stuff.
I hope she has a necklace of minor illusion because you need some help.
That's the only way you're gonna pull this shit off.
So
All I've gotta do-
the barbarian comes storming back without Ismark, and Irina is visibly upset.
I kind of shove her backwards and I run up to Greylick and say, "Where's my brother?" And I want to do
Oh God.
a performance check to convince him, and I just rolled a nat 20.
Oh!
Yep,
So yep. Greylich,
There's
Greylich,
in that 20.
you
I
come
just roll
up
a 20.
to the house and you see Irina come running towards you, and she just kind of lands against your chest, and she's like, "Where is my brother? What have you done with him?"
Well, he's at the graveyard, and good God, woman, you smell.
Oh, that's right. You still smell like the well.
You smell like
Okay.
shame and low self-esteem.
Brian, this is you.
Well, you don't smell
With
so
a
good
hint of-
yourself,
with a hint of
Mr.
rotted
Goliath. You smell like
I
you've just
just
been to a
fly
cemetery burying my dead dad.
I'm just flying up, shaking my head. I'm not even gonna tell Bear that what it is because this is too damn funny. I'm just gonna look and go, Bear, that was way too fast. Where is the kid?
Hey,
He's with
Hey.
his dad and the priest.
Greylich, roll me a hot check.
Oh God.
D10.
Oh boy.
Is that perception or what?
No, just a D10.
A D10. 10 is hot,
A
1 is
D10?
not.
Yeah.
Roll low, buddy. Roll low.
Whoa! You might be sleeping with him tonight.
I've already changed his diaper once.
True, you did change his nappy.
5.
Okay. So
Oh, you're average.
You're kind of average.
That's all I've ever wanted to be, an average woman.
This guy goes to brothels, for God's sake. Standards are not that high.
Smell like wet orc. You kind of turned me off, so no.
So yeah, and the
Oh,
real
where is that orc?
Irina bursts out of the house, and you're kind of taken aback for
Let me roll a hot check on her.
On the actual girl, like she comes running in.
She got an 8, so we're good to go.
She's an imposter.
I think you just got told your disguise is shit. Just
I don't know. I think it worked pretty fucking good.
All right.
As I say
Alright.
that in my normal voice.
And she's like,
Alright.
"Where's my brother? What happened?"
I would
He's
just like
with
to
the
point
priest.
out that Justin has to go to bed at some point.
Yes.
True.
So we'll wrap
Yeah,
it
I
up.
just wanted to finish this up, and that way at least we can like all go to sleep for the night or something, and then
Unfortunately, I have to be up in 5 hours and 45 minutes. Go to work.
yeah, you still got 30 minutes. You're good. You still got 30 minutes. At least let us get past this to where we can all go to sleep for the night before we take her off in the morning.
Your brother's
So
with the
it's 3
priest.
hours.
Your
We have
brother's
fun.
with the priest in the graveyard with your father.
Well, why did you leave him there? What?
I'm not there to do the ceremony. It's not my thing. I never knew your dad.
And she kind of looks around at you, and she's like, I thought we had a deal.
So I go over there. I'm like,
Just there to take the casket.
did you not bury him?
Do I look like a gravedigger?
Okay. Did the priest not bury him?
I didn't stick around to figure it out. He was busy praying or something. Bill,
I told you should have gone
what's
with
for
them.
dinner?
Thank you, sister. You were right.
I'm just gonna say, maybe start listening to me. Should have burned the house down. Should have gone with him.
All right. So why?
Yeah, we definitely should have gone.
What was wrong with the priest?
I don't know. He was like praying busy or something.
Yeah,
Bear,
priests
that doesn't
kinda
count.
do that.
Okay, Bear, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Pay attention, okay? Was the priest with the brother burying the father?
They'd get around to it.
Bear, that's not answering my question. Was the priest helping the brother bury the father?
I told him get a shovel. I left after that.
So that would be a no.
He
What
might
was
be
the
now.
priest doing?
In other words, no. No, he was not helping.
Schrodinger's
Was
undertaker.
there-
You asked me to take you to the graveyard at the church.
Do you know why the
I
priest
did what
wasn't
you
helping?
asked me.
In
Never-
other words, no, the priest was praying and he just dropped the body off wherever it was going to be buried and then walked away because God forbid if I didn't give him explicit fucking instructions.
Then you go dig the grave.
Was there anything?
Okay. Guys, we're not getting anywhere with this. I pick up the real girl and I just start walking toward the fucking cemetery.
Where are you
Thank
taking
you.
her?
We can't do anything until they bury the shit. So I'm taking her with us because if she's gonna get kidnapped, she's gonna get fucking kidnapped, no matter what we do. So let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Now,
Fuck it.
I go into the house and start searching.
No, I'm on Kraken and I am going to the cemetery because just like I originally said.
I'm going.
I will
I'm
roll a
ready to
strength
go
check if you
out.
need me to. I'm carrying that bitch to the cemetery.
Why don't we just say, hey, Irina, do you want to go help us bury your dad and check out his cemetery plot?
Because
Let's
she
go.
seems like an annoying princess, and I'm taking her.
Yes, we're not
I'm
dealing
not
with her.
asking anyone. I'm not asking anyone what they think anymore during this time frame. I'm just going.
okay. So, Bear, you're staying,
House.
looting the house.
Yeah, I'm with them.
Mo,
looting
what
the
are you
house.
doing?
I'm looting the house with
Okay.
Greylock there.
Okay.
I'll follow the others, taking them back to the cemetery.
Okay.
Should probably have
So,
at least one DPS involved.
we
Look,
have-
if the vampires attack, I can provide a distraction. He can protect me because he's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, see, it's perfect. If Strahd comes to the house, he's definitely going to think that shit got real ugly, and he's going to forget all about her.
Yeah, I could single-handedly save the day. Told you, I'm a courageous hero. You didn't believe me.
Strahd sees you in the dress and has such like day after Coyote Ugly regret that he just kills himself. Game done. Campaign finished.
Yeah, or he just can't handle this.
like,
and
"Fuck this shit, I'm
a little bit.
You're laughing about that. That is a conscious thought sometimes.
That's only because you took Sasquatch to a hotel.
When real life
Gotta have-
information crosses into the
Lucy, you leave for like 2 minutes.
I know. Where goes?
Everything.
Yeah, you want to talk about fucked up kissing something dark? It's like, wait a minute, there's a mustache.
Okay, so you all head back to the church. And it's basically the same description I had before. You enter and there's the 4 rooms. Let's see. And yeah, it's not letting me transfer your characters for some reason, but anyway, basic outline is you got the 4 rooms, and then the big church itself, and Ismark is there talking to Donovich. When you
Is
come
the
in.
kid still screaming from the hole in the floor?
Yes, you hear the screaming and well, it's not a hole in the floor, it's just coming from the floor. Like you don't see a visible
Kraken,
hole.
go to
I think Graylich left something out. Like maybe
Yeah,
the screaming kid.
He's
I'm
the
going
world's
to-
worst unless you give him absolutely explicit instructions.
I'm going to approach the priest and the kid and be like, excuse me, Father,
Yes.
who's the child screaming in terror and panic?
And he kind of gets this look on his face, and he takes a deep breath, and he says, well, a little more than a year ago, my son Doru, he turned 20 years old, and he thought he was invincible, and he took several of the villagers and tried to storm Castle Ravenloft in a revolt. And I tried to explain to him that that was a poor idea, but this wizard in black robes had came into the village, and he had convinced him that it was possible and that this could happen, and he led them down this road. The wizard, by all accounts, I'm supposing died at Strahd's hand, as no one returned. But my son Daru, Strahd gave him back to me, but as one of his vampire spawn. I was able to trap him in the church's undercroft, and I keep him locked in there. I pray to the Morning Lord and the Night Mother that they will tell me some way of saving my son without destroying him, and bring him back to me.
You have a
In other
vampire
words,
trapped in the church basement.
starving.
You have a vampire trapped
All
in
right,
the church's
Father.
basement.
Pretty much.
My son is in the basement, yes.
Do you
He's
eat?
a vampire.
If
Just saying, dude. He's a vampire.
Do
he
you feed
is.
him? I mean,
But
he
it-
says he's starving. Do you feed him anything, like a sheep?
No,
or a-
I do not. I don't feed him. That would be
He is literally
against
the undead.
that would be against God's plan, and
I'm not saying feeding people. I'm saying like go catch a rabbit and toss it in there or something.
I don't dare. I barely got him trapped in the basement in the undercroft as it is. I mean,
Cool. So he's trapped under there and he can't get out.
Unfortunately,
We have
he
a
does have a
body to
point.
bury.
Yeah, forget the kid. He's undead. He can't die from starvation. Hey, priest, can you stop praying for like 5 minutes? Give us a hand digging a hole, and then you can go back to praying.
he's kind of staring at the floor while you're saying all this, and he's just like mumbling prayers to himself.
Let him mumble
Well,
prayers. We
he's-
have a cleric. She can do whatever she needs to for us
Hold
to
on. Does anybody have a
bury
way
the
to dig a
body.
hole? We need a way to dig a hole. Is there anything around here to dig a hole with?
There's boards. We could use
And-
boards.
And he's just mumbling about this wizard in black robes and vampires, and
Why do I feel like this wizard in black robes we probably need to know about? Like it might be important.
More
Yeah,
likely, the wizard in black robes was an adventurer like us.
Can
They got
Air
funny
and Bryn roll me a insight check, please?
Oh fuck! Is it that wizard?
I was actually thinking that, but I didn't know if that was gonna happen or not. What check? I'm sorry.
Insight.
+3.
Yeah, me and the Goliath are
21.
just ransacking the mansion,
17.
getting loot, drinking all the wine.
17 and
She got a
23. Or
23.
21, sorry. It was
Yeah.
+3.
Yeah. All this mumbling the priest is doing about dark-robed wizards and vampires really brings you back to when your village was destroyed basically by a wizard who was fleeing from vampires and then was caught by them and taken somewhere. You don't know if it's the same one, but that one was wearing black robes as well.
I'm looking at Bryn.
I walk over to the priest and I say, in his head and in his head only, do you have a goddamn shovel?
Or
he's
a
like,
bobcat, tobacco, maybe.
he's like, yes, in the first room with the trap door where I trapped my son, there's some
Go get
things there.
the shovel. Bring it to us.
I can't go in that room.
If I go in that room, I'm going through the door and killing your son. So do you want a dead son, or do you want us to bury this body and get the fuck out of your hair?
And he
I'll
just,
roll intimidation if you want me to.
you can.
While she's doing this, I go over to Pix. Is there a way to turn a vampire back? There's not, is there?
Only if
+4.
you can kill the source.
18.
18. Okay, yeah. He like, you intimidate him. You know, you're very strong, and he is very weak. And he goes to do what you say, and then he just falls into a heap on the floor, weeping.
When he falls into the heap on the floor, I say to everyone in the room, hey, I know where the trap door is. Do you want to go kill his son? By the way, the shovels are in the same room. So 2 birds, 1 stone.
You've got to
Okay.
be kidding me. How stupid would he be?
Very.
Never mind. He decided to put his freaking vampire son in the basement.
By the way, I've
Ah.
sent down the girl we're supposed to be guarding. And I'm
Okay.
like, stay here. Don't move. If something happens, fucking scream.
And Ismark kind of walks over to her, and he's like, I will keep her safe.
He's done
really-
a good job so far.
He really doesn't like
I
you.
just reiterate to both of them, if something happens, scream.
Yep.
That's so
And you come down to this first room with the water that's there. And you open it up, and time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trap door held shut with steel chains. A young man's scream of anguish can be heard through the door.
I would just like to point out that we don't have to fight this vampire.
I
No,
was
we
planning
don't.
on getting the shovels,
to.
burying the shit like we were supposed to, and then going down there and trying to interrogate the vampire that actually might have useful information on Strahd.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me go down there invisible and see if maybe he's chained up. Because that would help us out a lot.
I don't think so.
Also, for you to go down there invisible, we'd have to open the door. So let's get the shovels and bury a body first, because then at least that's fucking done. And if we decide not to fight this thing, we can just take...
Alright, let's get a dead dude buried.
Okay.
I just hand the shovels to
Yeah.
the Goliath and the half-orc.
Well, the
That are not
Goliath
here.
and half-orc aren't here.
And then I'm like, fuck. Who's
New dude! New dude! Guess
I
what?
guess I'm digging. New dude gets to help
A
me
new
dig.
job.
New dude, you have a job.
Hey, Ted!
I'll help as well.
I can sleep here.
Well, get excited. You get to dig a hole.
Okay.
Roll for hole digging, Dan.
I have rolled hole digging.
Okay.
I rolled a
So-
10.
The
Good
10.
job. You're a terrible hole digger.
You dig a shallow grave and just kick the body into it.
Another kid that's trying to get the hole with Brian.
So y'all head out to the graveyard, and everybody's kind of standing around as y'all dig this shallow grave and lower the body into it. Air, you
It's like
perform.
4 in the morning. Leave me alone.
Air, you perform. You perform like a ritual. You know, a funeral service, a really quick one for this guy, and
We'll leave out the
Irina.
part where we burned them, because evidently that's not cool with these people.
What if we
And
burn
I-
them with radiant damage so it looks really holy?
And Irina and Ismark are standing there, and they're happy, and at least, you know, consoled that their father is getting a proper burial finally. And all of a sudden, an eerie green light begins to suffuse the graveyard. And from the light emerges a ghostly procession, wavering images of dowdy women toting great swords, wood-wise men with slender bows, dwarves with glittering axes, and I can't talk today. And well-dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All of these and many, many more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second.
Everybody in the church.
Do you also see dead people?
This is the
Yeah,
procession.
life.
This
And
is the procession
Ismark and
that
Irene,
that the witch spoke of.
and Ismark and Irina, they just they're not really upset by it. They just kind of look around, and Ismark looks at you and he's like, it's nothing to be alarmed about. This is just the March of the Dead. It must be midnight. And there's hundreds and hundreds of these ghostly figures, and they're all rising from the graves, and they start marching up the road towards the castle.
Oh, if only I could. Oh, if only I could. Oh, I will be a very good fairy. I will be a good fairy. Oh, I don't want to be a good fairy. All right. So in other words, this happens every night.
Yep.
This March of the Dead.
Yes.
And these
Oh,
are
there's so
all of the ones that have been defeated by Strahd.
Yes. These are all the adventurers
Oh,
like
there's so
yourself that have come.
So
and
many
not.
miserable souls for the taking. Oh, be good.
We're all just looking at this tiny little purple thing, but doing evil hands like, why is she the scariest one in our group?
Does somebody else feel like we should maybe pat her on the head and take her back to her barbarian?
Have we found anything good in the house?
Yeah, what kind of loot did we managed to rack up here? Can we roll from the DM guide or at least for just randoms?
That I will say that y'all do find some stuff.
I would like to point out that the people you're looting are still alive and traveling with us.
That's fine because I am the heiress to this fortune, so nobody's gonna question this.
Oh, Brian, you have gotten a lot of dresses.
We usually burn the house afterwards.
Yeah, we've got this.
Oh.
Lord, I wasn't
Right.
sorry. I wasn't prepared for loot. Hold on.
Do you
I
want
forgot y'all were
to?
looting.
Do you want to get
Let's do
back
it
to the loot thing? Because if you need help figuring out loot, we could always fuck around with the DM guide.
Yeah, I was trying to see where the loot table is. I haven't
Well,
really looked at my guide too much.
If Justin needs to go to sleep, you can get loot together, and that's where we can pick up next week.
Yeah,
Yeah, that could work fine.
yeah.
Because at this point, we've buried the dude
Yeah.
who are
Yeah.
just at the church deciding our next move.
Yeah,
So.
me and
And somebody's gonna have to drag me out of the cemetery so I don't go around trying to gather souls so I can make soul stuff.
While we're looking at this and she's doing her little evil hands, I'm just gonna kind of scoop her up and carry her away back toward the house as we walk away back toward the house.
Now, while they were digging the grave, it took a good amount of time to dig the grave.
Yes.
Probably an hour or so, yeah, at least.
We go through the house and look at Smog. Well, we got everything we wanted. Let's set this bitch on fire and get the hell out of here.
Oh fuck, we're gonna come back.
we're just shoving in valuables and booze and anything we get our hands
You're not
on.
even gonna leave us a place to sleep?
It's a mansion, guys.
And I'm still in
Fair.
We're just going to get back, and literally everything valuable from every room is going to be in a pile in the foyer, just
Pretty much.
I'm definitely stuffing in nice clothes, male and female, into my disguise kit for later.
Yeah.
And we're just hooting and hollering and getting fucked up and stealing shit.
Whereas the rest of us are looking for a place to sleep, we're gonna come back to a blazing fire.
Exactly.
They're burning
It'll be
down the
warm.
house.
Oh, I hate.
Okay. So
I really.
On that note,
Yeah.
Do.
I missed you all.
Yeah.
We're like the
Way
worst
too
people on
long.
the planet, by the way.
Grab your shit,
It's
it's going
fun,
up.
guys. I'm just dying.
And I kick over and like,
Welcome to summertime, Dan. No sleep for you.
Fuck you, man.
But-
Fucking. Bloody
Oh, I get out of university. I get to relax, enjoy my summer. Nope, no sleep.
I would say that this campaign would go fast, but not the way we play.
No.
Obviously
it
not.
never does.
Even
Like,
even if we didn't go off
It's-
on
it's not
tangents
the-
with as many players as there are, it's not gonna
Yeah.
go fast.
It's
Right.
not the faff that's
No.
the problem. It's just I didn't have very much sleep last night either, and I'm a twat for trying to stay up late tonight.
well, you made a good run of it.
what?
You have a what tomorrow or tonight or what?
Was
What were
like-
you saying, Dan?
I said I'm a twat because I only had 5 hours sleep yesterday.
Oh, it's what? Okay, it's what? Gotcha. I was like, what?
But you
He's-
get
she's
each
like-
other's couple?
She's like, what is this? But
And Lucy's out there running fucking half marathons just to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
okay.
I wish
So
could do
I
that.
will figure. I'll figure out the loot thing, and I'll let y'all know next time if that's okay with you guys, because I know Justin's got to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I'll,
I need to help you go through the DM guide on loot.
So does Dan. Poor Dan's got to go back to sleep.
Well, Dan, it was nice meeting you through the internet.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dan's just gonna go
I'm
outside
glad
and
you
watch the
decided to
sunrise.
join our
Look on the sidewalk.
Good to see you all.
Yeah, good to have you back. Since I only got to play with you the once when you were DMing the murder campaign.
Yes. Dan's
I'll-
like, I'm
I'll
back for
try
one
and
session
find my
at
notes
least.
and write more of it.
No, for sure.
Play pretty regularly now.
Yes.
That's
Until I
awesome.
Make the foolish mistake